Gemstones from genuine accredited jewellery professionals.
Get involved with JewelleryMaker by sending the studio a message during our live hours. You can send a text to 60777 and start your message with JM Studio, or alternatively, go to our website and click on Watch the Live Show, simply type your message into the box and press send. Make sure you stay tuned in case your message is read out. Get interactive with JewelleryMaker.
Join resident designer Sheila for our Bridal Headwear for Beginners DVD. Sheila will guide you through an array of beautiful bridal designs, including a pearl tiara, the star hair cone, a twisted spiral tiara, and much more. This DVD is packed full of inspiration and helpful hints and tips. To get your hands on a copy, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Download the JewelleryMaker app today. You can watch our JewelleryMaker shows live, view all the details of the item that is currently on air, as well as browsing all the items. You can also minimize the video or switch to use as a companion app. Get the JewelleryMaker app today and boost your viewing experience.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Designer Inspiration Show, and very inspiring it's going to be too. My name's Ed, so thank you so much if you are just tuning in, or of course if you've been with us since 9 AM, then you already know who I am. We are joined by the ever talented Alison Tarry. How are you, Alison?
I'm all right, thank you, Ed. How are you?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
I'm fine.
Have you had a good New Year?
Yeah. I only went home for a few hours. No. I literally finished on air last night and I left here at 9:30 last night. I cycled home.
Well done. Cycled
I
back
ate my
this
dinner.
morning.
I went to bed. I got up and cycled back.
Said hello to the children and the missus. And...
No.
Oh.
They were all asleep. The children were asleep when I got in. The children were asleep when I left.
Aww.
So I haven't even seen my children in 2015.
Aww.
But we'll
Make
have
up
some
for it
fun
tonight.
this afternoon. Yeah. What did you get up to for New Year's, I should say?
Went round to friends last night.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a really nice time.
Are you feeling worse for wear? Or are you...
I don't drink.
Same as me. That's
Yeah.
why I'm so lively this morning. Does anybody in the studio partake in a little drink, Benjamin? No. Unbelievable.
No.
That's what happens when you have too much water. Okay, we're going to move on because I've got so much coming up. Have a look at these. Brand new wires. 50mm reels, basically in our most popular colour tones. You've got the gold, the silver, the black and the copper. So they have been available previously, but they are pretty new to us. They've never been... Sorry. Right, okay, so they've only been... So, do you know what it was? Because Pete just changed my batteries on my pack and I'd been turned down accidentally, so I couldn't hear that. So they've never been available individually before, is that right? Oh, right. Right, now I understand. I think it's catching up with me already, Alison. Right, okay, they've only been available once prior to today, and we are going to bring them to you as individual opportunities over the next 4 hours. Is that correct? Okay, cool. We got there in the end. And we also have your bail making pliers. These are the 3 and 6.5mm bail pliers. These are so popular. I had the 8.5 and 6mm available on Sunday evening. And even on Sunday night, we sold hundreds of pairs of these.
All the bail making pliers, because I've got a couple of them. I haven't got the full set yet. I'm working on it.
Working on it.
But I keep missing them. They're fabulous. They make life so much easier.
Yeah, well, do you know what? Jan showed me how to make my own jump rings using them. So now I'm ready for my chainmail in 2015.
Excellent.
Actually, do you know what you were saying? You were working and having the full set. Some of our viewers are very focused when it comes to pliers. Della, who's a regular contributor to the show, has got over 50 pairs of pliers.
50? Wow.
52 now, I think, thanks to the veil making plier launch. No, did she say 56 actually? So over 50 pairs. So wow. Tools are cool, we know that. Those are also coming up today. Twisted Wire DVD. I think this has been available previously. Yeah, I thought I'd watched the show actually. I think I watched the show where it was launched. Yes, only been available limited time, so we're going to give you another opportunity to own that if you've missed out. And I have to say, these are what really caught my eye. In the short break that I just had, I was just sat admiring this Lepidolite. Look at this. It's kind of got the best of all worlds here. It actually looks like cherry blossom. Oh, don't you think?
Yeah, I thought they were amazing. I've never seen them before, and they are incredible. And they've got little flecks of mica or something in them because it catches the light. You get little flecks of sparkle that are amazing. Just amazing highlights in there.
It's actually, yeah, the way the actual gemstones formed.
Is it just bouncing off it?
It's
amazing.
A gemstone in there that's reflecting the light, yeah. So it's part of that Lepidolite. You see it in other varieties as well. But I actually have never seen Lepidolite this colour.
No.
In 7 years of working in the industry, I've sold Lepidolite, but never this colour tone.
Does it come in a greeny colour then?
Yes, traditionally.
I've seen the greeny colour then.
Traditionally, Lepidolite is a green gemstone, but we've got this beautiful, it's called kind of like a plum tone, isn't it?
Perfect with the shirt.
Oh, yes.
You see?
New shirt for 2015. New size.
Ooh.
That's what cycling does for you. Okay, so those are coming up. They are magical. They're awe-inspiring. Actually, if you look closely, you'll see the little apple green tones in there.
Yeah, you can.
That's the traditional colour tone of Lepidolite. I've never seen this kind of mauve or purple tone previously. This is amazing. And of course, cabochons are going to fly out the door. We actually launched the prong setting DVD this morning.
Oh, Michelle's DVD.
Exactly. Wow. So anybody that got hold of that might want to get hold of this particular kit.
It's an amazing DVD.
Awesome. Really impressive techniques. So cabochons coming up a little later. Do we have a... I'll leave it to my producer to tell us. About half an hour's time or so. Let's kick off with a wholesale bundle. Ooh, lovely colour tones. Ooh. Very earthy. Still very high-end feel, because you've got these kind of naturalistic tones of the pastel greens and the forest greens. I'll show you that in... I imagine these are adventuring nuggets, is that correct? Yes, green adventuring nuggets, 400 carats in total. They range in size from 13 by 5 to 20. Then you've got your dark green quartz. I mean, look at those colour tones. Very rich forest greens. 11 by 8 to 14 by 11. Sorry, Alison.
We're looking at spring now, aren't we? And we're looking forward to the shoots coming through and all those greens coming out.
Oh, I love it. Alison, you're painting a picture for me.
Oh, and then we'll just have that little blossom from the... I can never say it.
From the Lepidolite.
Thank you.
Have to agree. Beautiful. That's what I was seeing when I saw that those sort of cherry blossom tone. Oh, that's perfect, isn't it?
Beautiful.
Now, what do you need? Accent stones. So now we've got the frost on the ground, because you still get a bit of frost in the early parts of spring in March, don't you?
On your little daffodil shoots.
Over 400 carats of clear quartz here in those irregular nuggets.
Wow.
They range in size from 5 by 2 to 14 by 2. And then how about this? Smoky quartz. I said we had sort of, you know, naturalistic colour tones. The thing I love about these smoky quartz notes is they're not that rich chocolate brown tone. Instead, they give you that almost a golden hue.
Yeah, like an old gold.
Yeah, absolutely.
Antique-y. Lovely.
Yeah, absolutely, and they seem to sort of sparkle beautifully, don't they? I mean, depending on what you set them with, if you put them in with sort of a luxurious yellow gold, they almost look like a champagne tone. Yeah. But then, of course, if you put them alongside these greens, and with a bit of skin tone behind them, you do get a deeper colour tone, don't you? So, covering all the bases here. 125 carats of your smoky quartz in slightly more delicate nuggets. They're 2x1 ranging up to 9x1. So if you, what, really? Okay, sorry. I was actually shocked by the price then. That's my producer said that if you were to buy them any other time, they'd be $13.95.
Good
That
price.
already seems pretty low for the huge carat weight. In fact, for 8, you've got over 1,000 carats for $13.95, and we're not even staying there. We're going under £10. To $8.95, under £9.
£2.25 each.
£2.25 per strand.
24.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's a bargain. What a way to start a year.
That is how we get 2015 up and running here
Yeah.
on Jewellery Maker. If you've already grabbed your tanzanite, your small craft bag, your prong setting DVD, trying to think about all the amazing opportunities, any of the kits we just brought you one of the most amazing pearl kit, Alison. 7 strands of pearls.
7 strands of pearls. Oh my gosh. Perfect
Helena,
with those.
Helena, you want to have a little word with Pip? What did you get him for Christmas? You didn't.
Hey, I've got no complaints about my kits.
Alison said
no
she's not
complaints
complaining
about
about the
my
kit
kits.
she was given either.
Lovely.
Hey, what, we're treating you. That's what we do always here at Jewellery Maker, but 2015, we're going to go above and beyond.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it.
I like it. Everybody's very energetic. This is what you get from tea on New Year's Day with Alison and myself. Fantastic. $8.95 for over 1,000 carats. Now I will say that we had a short break there between the morning show and the inspiration show. I don't think we even managed to clear the lines from the previous show because there's so many people flying in the phone lines. So just around about 2.5 minutes on the free phone number. So nothing to worry about because it is free from a landline.
Yeah.
And of course, regular viewers will know how helpful our call centre operators are. They will be working through the calls very, very quickly. You'll be answered in the order in which you dial, but of course if you can shop online, it is a little more efficient. Place it in your basket, but make sure you check out because of course we're going to have a limited availability on all of these items, particularly when we're creating bundles. Now, we've had so many new customers coming through for 2015 already this morning. I'm just going to make this very, very clear to you. The idea behind a bundle is that my producer will take a collection of the gemstones that we sell individually online on our website, bundle them together, and it creates this unique discount code, essentially, that you'll... If you try to buy these individually tomorrow at 9 AM, they're going to be $13.95. Already incredible value, but at $8.95, start dialing the free phone number, or if you don't want to wait in a 2-minute queue, click to buy now and check out your basket. So Amanda, Jacqueline, Kath, Jane, Gwyneth, Nigel, start checking out immediately. Say that again, sorry. Okay, so once everybody on the phone line has had their bundle allocated to their order, we'd have single figures of availability remaining in stock. So you do need to be checking out your baskets. You still have that luxury, of course, if you're coming through right now. I'm really sorry if anyone misses out. We are working through the calls as quickly as possible, but this kind of value, pretty much unrivaled as far as we're concerned on the market. Okay, we're going to move on. Is this the Mookaite? We're going to challenge Alison to do something special with this particular strand. Now, I actually think that here at Jewellery Maker, we're almost a little bit blasé about genuine gemstones because of the prices we see every day. Mookaite is a very, very luxurious gemstone. It's a one-location gemstone, and it comes in this fantastic array of colour tones. It only forms in one region of the world. In South Australia, the Mooka Creek. Now, Mooka is an Aborigine word for spring falls, and it's to do with
really?
it's to do with the water springs that feed the creek. And what you have is, because the creek in prehistoric times would have dried up, and then what you have is kind of like little crystal formations that form and burst through the pavement base of the creek itself, forming essentially what is a mixture of two gemstones. silica and chalcedony. Now, this is sort of dehydrated silica. So if you have hydrated silica, you have opal. And of course, Australia is the home of opal. 97% of the world's opals come from that region. If you have dehydrated silica, actually helps to form mookaite. So really what you've got here is the with an opal, but in a one location gemstone, and you've got these fantastic colour combinations of the golden tones, the violet shades, the maroon tones. And as a result, because of that chalcedony-like inclusion, you've got a denser gemstone, which comes in much larger carat weights. So we've got over 300 carats of mookaite here, 320 carats in 30 by 15 millimetre oval-shaped slabs. Do you know what? My producer just made a fantastic point. It's almost like you've got that masala colour here. That's thought to be the colour tone of 2015, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you made a great point there. So this is on trend as well as being hugely luxurious. And this is a massive selling point for a lot of people selling bespoke jewellery design, one location gemstone, the luxury of opal, but with that opaque, colourful finish. Lots and lots of people coming through for this one. I already know how busy we are. I've been here since 9 AM. If you've got your order up and running, you can add to that one P&P of just $2.95 right now. And we're going to honour the launch price of $9.95 this morning for over 300 carats. And don't forget, we're going to inspire you because Alison is going to be challenged with this, Jan. So we're going to hand this over to you, and you're going to make some designs. Oh, look, Alison's chomping at the bit.
Thank you very much.
No problemo. You love that, Jan?
I love mookaite.
Well, what do you love about mookaite then, Alison?
I love the colour range. I love the markings on this are phenomenal. That one, that one to me says Aborigine.
Yes.
It's got those colours, the Aborigine colours, and the markings, the darks, the way you told the history of it. Beautiful. You know, you have a little card on your stole, or if you're given a gift, you have a little card in it to say the history of mookaite.
I like that.
How special a gift is that?
Amazing. So you're sort of adding value to your design by educating your customers as well.
It's just that little bit of history, and then when you go somewhere and someone says, "Oh, I like that," and you can say, "Oh, well, this is all about comes from it comes from there, and this is the Aborigine."
Like you say, even just that little definition of the mooka.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's beautiful.
It's
I love it.
Isn't it?
Oh, look at that one. You talking opal? That looks like dendritic opal
to me. It does, doesn't it? The banding looks like dendritic inclusions. Do you know what? I love Alison's excitement. You're clearly inspired by the gemstone.
That's beautiful. Or it could be a load of birds flying.
This is what I love about genuine gemstones. Are you sure you don't? No, I'm joking.
It's gorgeous.
Do you know what? It's so interesting. This is what I love about genuine gemstones, especially when you see the banding or the inclusions. And they evoke imagery. Everybody sees something different as well.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the great thing about working with the real deal. And of course, here at JewelleryMaker, we are part of the Genuine Gemstone Company, and we plan on bringing you the best value on the market for genuine gemstones. In fact, shall we give everybody another deal?
Yes.
Another bundle. This side. Okay. Helena, I know you didn't even know I was going to be on today. Deep down, did you make this for me? Helena, I've worked together in the past. She knows how girly I am when it comes to my gemstones. Director Ollie this morning was saying, "You've become such a metrosexual, Ed." I'll be wearing my sarong in the summer.
Not on the bike, hopefully.
Who knows? I don't think anybody's going to ask me to model underwear like David Beckham, though. Never know.
Yep.
Well, as soon as my shoulder's fixed, I'm going to start busting out on the weights.
Ooh.
So I've got a David Beckham physique. Yeah, in my dreams. Let's have a look at the gemstones. That's what people are tuning in for, not my handsome face. 150 carats of white moonstone here. beautiful irregularities in the size and the shapes. It gives you that really organic feel to the gemstones. And of course, look at the schiller. Absolutely phenomenal. This is what people traditionally associate with moonstone. And when I say traditionally, I don't just mean, you know, current society. This ancient Romans fell in love with the gemstone. It's been set into jewellery since 100 AD and revered since those times. All thanks to that beautiful optical phenomenon known as adularescence. So you've got that gorgeous, almost silver-like schiller on your white moonstone. Then we kind of, going along that theme, we've got the organic cuts here of rose quartz, traditionally known as the gemstone of true love. And when you see the femininity attached to it, when you see those beautiful sort of morganite pinks, if you like, coming through in this beautiful rose quartz, well, I think it's pretty inspirational in itself. I mean, we've got Valentine's Day coming up now. I know we're just taking our Christmas trees down, guys, but if you're running a small business, you do have to start planning ahead, don't you? And who knows, you might already have your Valentine's commissions underway. Beautiful gemstone to include in a piece, isn't it? 160 carats there. They range in size from 7x6 to 14x6. I love this because you've got those two very organic cuts here, and then just to bring it all together, maybe as your spacer beads. I mean, you don't have to use these together, but I do think those are fantastic as spacers. It is a genuine gemstone, but it's kind of acting like a precious metal. It's gorgeous pyrite. So it traditionally has a metallic feel to it. In fact, do you mind if I just grab the piece of rough so we can show everybody how it naturally forms? So as you can see, it has this kind of antique gold finish. Very kind of isometric crystal structure, which gives it that reflective quality, that metallic-like feel. So that's how it naturally forms. We've managed to take it, polish it into plain rondelles, and we've given it a whole new lease of life because we've given it this rich, I'd say it's somewhere between a pastel pink and a hot pink, kind of like a fuchsia tone. So fuchsia coated pyrite here, and the rondelles range in size from 3x2 to 5x2, giving you 70 carats in total. I mean, I would literally just graduate the droplets of rose quartz and just put those in between. Keep my moonstone for a birthstone piece for a June baby. Oh, now I'm worried. How about less than £3 a strand? Even the graphics didn't want to do that one. Did you see that? £8.95. This is your raspberry ripple. See where that name comes from when you look at the colour tones, but I mean, you don't have to use these together. You've got huge amounts of design scope here. These are both over 38 centimetres in length. These rough cut nuggets.
Don't you think they'd go perfect with that first nugget kit as well, the greens?
Ooh, now.
Spring is there.
Spring has sprung if you put these two together. And then
oh, yeah.
get your Lepidolite pendant in there.
Picking up both.
Boom.
Colours. Perfect.
1 P&P per day, so you can add all of these to your order. Get them home. Feel inspired. Do you find that you feel more inspired when you've got the gemstones in your hand?
Definitely.
That's what I would advise.
What am I going to do? Put them out, have a look at them.
It is interesting. £8.95. We're going to move on. Okay. Oh. Now oh, hello. These aren't knotted at the end, this strand isn't. Sorry. It's frayed at the end, so there we go. Anyway, we haven't lost any. I've got them all on the desk. Now, we had this colour tone in the previous kit. In fact, it may have been the strand that featured in our first kit on the morning show. Light teal or turquoise, depends how you interpret it, I suppose. 6x5mm, side drilled. They were the pearls from that kit. So maybe you were looking at that kit and you were thinking, I don't need necessarily the champagne pearls or the pink pearls, the baby blue, but I need those turquoise pearls. We're now going to make them available as an individual strand. 6x5mm in size, and I'm always mesmerised by the prices that we can give you on cultured pearls. Are you being serious? What is going on here in 2015?
Wow.
We're expecting to see rises in the price of pearls this year.
Don't think
Not here at JewelleryMaker, clearly.
Don't think they told Helena that.
Yeah, nobody let Helena know. I will say, like, it's not a specific rise in the price, it's just kind of estimated that the prices may go up on pearls because of the difficulty that we're having in producing as many pearls. We've seen a 40% decrease in the production of pearls, but we've been sourcing our pearls from the same supplier for over 10 years, and they are still able to honour those very, very competitive prices that they've been offering us for all that time, and we pass those savings on to you. That's our job here at the Genuine Gemstone Company. Huge numbers of people coming through for this one, and familiar names, so thank you for sticking with us so far today. I think we've made it worth your while, let me say. $7.95. As I say, if you've paid your $2.95, you've covered your P&P all the way up until midnight, why not take advantage of these deals? Continue to add to your order. $7.95 for cultured pearls. And actually, often when we talk about pearls, we think about bridal commissions. These are very traditional colour tones for bridal parties, so bridesmaids, flowers, mother of the bride. In fact, this is the exact colour tone my mum wore to my sister's wedding in May of last year. Was that really 7 months ago? What happened? But also, I'm just thinking Ladies' Day at Ascot, those kind of things. People having the luxury days out. You want that one-of-a-kind fascinator?
There's a strand of that new wire ribbon that's that colour as well. And that for a nice fascinator for Ladies' Day.
We literally just saw it in the final kit. Yeah,
oh, right.
That Deb brought us. So we've already inspired everybody with the designs. In fact, cut to that. Yes, please, because somebody grabbed me. There's so many of the designs, and we'll show you. Oh, look at this. State of this.
Fragile.
No, it's not. Does it look turquoise-coloured, Pedro? You two. I'll tell you what. Yeah. Is it over there? Yeah. Pete, I'm looking for wire mesh that's turquoise-coloured. Alison's gone to take over this. I'll tell you what. Maybe they're not there though, mate. Maybe I'm wrong.
They're a tad darker. They are.
They're very much there. Yeah. Alison's brought them to us. Don't worry. I'll be easy on you today, guys. Sorry, Pete. I'll tell you what, Pedro.
And
Pete's been indulging with his parents when he got back from the Late Show. Ben's just been indulging.
I'm not sure which sounds worse, actually.
What I mean is, Pete's the more sensible of the two. That's how we know we're in trouble today. So there you go. That's the wire. Look, Deb's been inspiring with us. Inspiring with us? Oh no, he's catching, guys. Here we go. So those colour tones are perfect. Sorry, we're having a bit of fun. I'm not really mean to Pete. I am really. No, we're good friends when he gets it right. I'm only joking. I know. Easy for me, eh? Easy for me. Okay, we're going to move on from these pearls because they are literally flying out the door. Okay, there you go. Thank you, guys. Ooh. Oh, how typical that we're bringing you these just as my glamorous assistant, Sam, enters the room. Golden Druzy hearts. They're classified as bronze in the colour tone, but again, you know, I would say if you set them with kind of like golden tones, you'll draw those hues out. If you want a more antique-y feel, then you could play on the bronze finish as well. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. Actually, do you know what I would describe? Almost like that traditional colour we saw in the pirate, almost like an antique-y gold. So it's somewhere in between bronze and gold, isn't it? Gorgeous Druzy into the iconic heart shape. 12 millimeters in size. This is a premiere launch, never been seen before. Look at Sam, she's already trying to get round here to snaffle them away from me. Now she's hiding because I've called her out. She's hid under Alison's desk. There you go. Alison saying, what is she up to down there? Unbelievable.
She's doing all right down there.
Sam is a massive fan of Druzy, and whenever I ask her why, she says, because it sells, it attracts attention at her craft fair stores. A premiere launch coming up this afternoon for you, and of course you know what that means. Helena's not going to let you down. She's going to give you a premiere launch price as well. And she says she's going to be naughty. Normally, 90 carats of bronze Druzy heart would be £17.95. Seriously? Premiere launch price. She says the management's not back in till tomorrow. Let's put £5 back in everybody's pocket. Till 9 AM tomorrow morning, or more likely, based on how busy we are today, while stocks last, £12.95. That is basically Helena saying Happy New Year.
That's brilliant. These have been lovely because I saw someone on the morning show the other day. I love these Druzy hearts.
They're gorgeous,
and
aren't
they go so well. Just one heart in each, on a pin in a shepherd's hook on each earring. Absolutely brilliant.
Funny you say that because producer Helena's saying how gorgeous they would look in earring designs, and of course if you've got a bit of movement you're going to see the sparkle, the natural sparkle from your Druzy. But I'm just thinking, we've been inspiring everybody with prong settings and creating solitaire rings.
Oh, perfect.
You could create solitaire rings with these. All the work's done because you've got the heart shape.
Yeah, perfect.
Helena, you're talking my language. A Valentine's gift for your favourite TV presenter. Drew doesn't need any more cufflinks. Send them to me instead.
Perfect cufflinks.
They would be gorgeous, wouldn't they?
And cracking because that's such a unisex colour.
Yes, because it's that toned down golden tone. It's not necessarily luxury 18 karat gold tone. It's got that antique feel to it.
Yeah, definitely.
I've actually been staring at these since we started. I can't believe we're already half an hour into the show, the amount of deals we've done.
Wow.
Have a look at this. And I am really impressed that this has managed to retain its title as our favourite gemstone here at JewelleryMaker for 3 days running. Yet Helena voted for pearls, but that came second. I'll be honest, I thought it would be Tanzanite, but that won the premier gemstone category, didn't it? That was a different category it fell into. Mind you, I think you could still vote for Tanzanite. Yeah, it could have got a double. It didn't. So I don't know what I'm talking about. It didn't win. What won was Labradorite. Now last year, oh my goodness, how many of these do you have? Okay, start dialing now. I'm not showing this Labradorescence until you're on the phone lines, otherwise we're going to melt the phones again. Rainbows of Labradorescence. What I was going to say is last year, when it retained its title, I went on Facebook and I asked people, why did you vote for Labradorite again? Every single person, it sells. It's my biggest seller. It's the most profitable gemstone. Fleur said yesterday it's because it attracts attention and then you sell your designs.
Yeah.
Really? So Fleur's saying every single month that she's worked here, she's bought a strand of Labradorite.
Really?
Because it sells. And of course, one of the reasons it sells is because it's so eclectic. It works in masculine designs as well as feminine. It has an organic feel, but it can also look very high-end.
Absolutely.
I'm not joking, and I have to say, I have been working in the industry for quite a while now. I've been working for this company for 7 years, nearly, coming up to my this is my 7th year in the company. I've never seen Labradorescence as impressive as this, even when I was selling luxury designs on Gems TV. That is high praise because the quality of the gemstones they have on Gems TV is phenomenal. Start dialing, guys. Boom, right there, rainbow of Labradorescence.
Oh my god.
OMG. Oh my goodness, that stands for. I have to tell you, Fleur straight on the phone lines to grab this one. There you go. That's another month down then, Fleur. The first it is, and you've bought it again. My producer just said, it's like there's a unicorn trapped inside a gemstone.
Oh.
And she says that you know what she means from your reaction there.
Beautiful, eh?
That one there is just caught my. I can't move over. I mean, they all have. I mean, it looks like you know when you're a kid, and it literally like a kid in a sweet shop, and you see all the colours, you can't decide which sweets you want first. Yeah. That is what it's like looking at that lavender essence. I mean, you do have more of the traditional colour tones here. I mean, you've got the electric blues and the greens coming through. Look at that. I mean, you could almost use these as cabochons.
Oh yeah. You could easily, you could prong set them, you could cabochon them, you could use them with soutache, you could use them in macrame, you could set them into clay. Sorry. No, sorry. Go on.
I just got excited about the lavender essence. I didn't have anything to say at all. I was just being drawn into that. I just saw a little bit of a violet tone shoot across the blue. It's like a shooting star. Oh, I tell you what, this has got us all. Some romantic imagery.
I could certainly see those in fantasy-esque type pieces. Very magical. Very magical.
Like your dragon.
Oh yeah, pile of that underneath the dragon.
As his stash. They're gorgeous, aren't they?
Amazing.
Oh, people are multi-buying this. It's going to be a sell at $17.95.
The colours you've got coming through.
Oh, it's Fleur. Guest designer Fleur's text in to say, boom. Now that's a Bobby Dazzler. That's what I like to hear. That's a proper Barnsley term, that is, from Fleur. Love it. Cannot wait to get it in my stash. There you go, Fleur. You've grabbed it. This is travelling the length and breadth of the UK. Yorkshire, Ayrshire, where my family are from. Say again? There's single figures of availability remaining in stock.
Not surprised.
Well, you'd expect that one to fly out, wouldn't you? Probably the best example of what has been voted as our favourite gemstone. Time now for a designer inspiration kit. And it is this, isn't it? The Lepidolite. Actually, you know, when we're seeing those kind of violet tones on this Labradorite, they go brilliantly with the Lepidolite because you get those little flecks inside the gemstone there that are sparkly. It's because I'm trying to hold too many things at once, but well, we saw the violet tones in the Labradorite. That's approaching sellout. Let's focus on the Lepidolite now. As I say, I don't think I've ever seen this colour tone before, this kind of plum tone. Because you've got the traditional apple greens in there as well, that's the colour tone I normally associate with this gemstone. It really is a springtime gemstone, as Alison described it, really. Gorgeous. You get 480 carats in multiple shapes, so lots of variations, ovals, your sort of broad teardrops, your elongated pear drops. I'll show you a couple of variations. So that's probably the largest one I have in this sample. Don't forget, you might find you get a greater range, smaller carat weights. You might find you get larger carat weights but fewer cabochons. It will vary. It's all based on your carat weight of 480 carats. So you see the oval, the elongated drop. And actually, we're not just giving you the gemstones. Of course we're not. It's the Designer Inspiration Show. And we are joined by Alison, who I will say, you know, I'm making lots of references to the award ceremony yesterday. I haven't even said congratulations to Alison, who won Design of the Year. Have we got an image of Alison's design? Oh, in fact, the customers, the viewers, I should say, aren't as rude as me. They've all been texting in from 1 p.m. to say congratulations.
Oh, that's
have we not got it on there? I thought we saw it.
No, I think they disappeared.
Oh no, I just mean an image of it, the shoe.
Of the shoes.
Right, I'll have a look for you, just in case you tuned in for the first time this morning. and you're thinking, I don't know what it is, we'll find it for you. I'm sure we'll be able to. Alison, one of the most talented wire workers ever had the privilege of meeting.
Oh.
And that's saying something if you work at JewelleryMaker.
Stop it.
I'm being serious. I'm not just, I would never shamelessly flatter anyone. Even
Thank
though
you
I
very
am
much.
very charming. Oh yeah, I'll shamelessly flatter myself. Don't worry about that. Have a look at these wires. Getting loads and massive gauges as well. 1.5, 1.25, 0.8 and 0.4 mil. 10 metres of each. And I love this colour. So I think it's probably one of our most popular colours of wire, isn't it? The antique bronze. Traditionally has a kind of vintage feel about it, I suppose, the antique bronze, but you can take it in any direction you want, can't you, Alison?
Absolutely. Perfect with those teal pearls you had earlier.
Oh, I like that.
Oh yeah, it goes
That's
lovely.
a match made in heaven, isn't it? Antique bronze
Talk about zing.
and the turquoise tones.
Lovely.
Oh yeah. Love that.
I like that.
I love that. That's gorgeous. Don't forget, 1 P&P per day. Continue to add to your order right up until midnight tonight. We are going to make it worth your while, as we already have, in my view. So you've got 40 metres of wire, 10 metres of your 0.4, 10 metres of your 0.8, 10 metres of your 0.25 and 10 metres of your 1.5. And, oh yes, because it is quite a difficult item to source, the wire, from certain suppliers, we have been a little bit limited in what we could offer you as part of our kits and bundles. No such problem today, I see. And have a look at these. That Lepidolite. So normally, if you were to buy this collection of cabochons, which I've never seen before, I think this might be the first time we've seen these varieties of Lepidolite. So normally if you were to buy them individually along with all of your wire, it would be $45.75, already incredible value, and already a huge number of people on the phone lines buying this one, making sure they're getting your order. We're not going to leave the price there. We're going to take it down to a designer inspiration price point of $29.95.
Wow.
Catching flies, Alison was then. That was her jaw hitting the desk.
Incredible.
That's a £15 saving.
That's incredible.
That's a 33% reduction.
Morning, Sammy.
Oh, there we go. All of the guest designers are flying through now. Sammy's stocking up on her wire. Actually, I reckon people will be flying in to get this very unique variety of Lepidolite.
I was going to say, I'd pay the $29.95 for that alone, because I think that's incredible. I've not seen it before, and I found it amazing. The sparkle you get from it, the changing in colours, and it's so versatile. We've seen it goes with green, it goes with the purples, it goes with the...
Absolutely.
Amazing.
I mean, I'm thinking the popularity of the purple tones, which I hear non-stop from guest designers, and it's good advice.
Oh,
in fact, Mark was saying last night, who's a regular craft fair attendee, he was saying a third of all of his stock features purple gemstones. Yeah. Helena's just saying she's been here for a whopping 6 months and she's never seen anything like this.
No.
I've been here for over 6 years and I've never seen Lepidolite like this, so it's very, very rare, very unique. Okay. In fact, it's such a rare gemstone. In fact, that probably means we haven't really had it in stock over the last 6 months, because Helena's saying she'd never actually seen it or heard of the gemstone. I mean, I say I've only ever seen the green variety.
Yeah, I've only
quite
seen
a lot of sales on Gems TV and JewelleryMaker over the years, and never really seen this variety before. I'm going to bring some with me. Is that all right?
Oh yeah.
I've fallen in love with this one. Wow. I was gobsmacked when I saw the gemstones. Now I see the way you have embellished it.
I had such fun with these.
I'm catching flies. So, that's a really cool thing to say. I had so much fun. In fact, Sammy's already texted you to say those cabs are just divine. Love you guys. I've never seen anything quite as lovely. Oh. Cabs are nice too.
Oh, I love you, Sammy.
Sammy, no need for sarcasm.
Means every
She
word.
wasn't for you.
It was you. It was all you. Well, today we had we thought it's New Year's Day.
Right.
People might be a bit fragile. We have loads of new customers join over the Christmas period.
Yep.
So I've taken it back to basics. So today we're going to start. These are all very, very basic techniques, beginner level techniques, but look $1 million. You know, everyone can do them. It doesn't matter whether you're advanced or beginner, but they're easily achievable for a beginner.
Okay, I will take your word for it. Although as you're saying that, I'm thinking this is your version of beginner wire work, is it?
But it is. It is.
Is it?
Yeah.
You're gonna make
I'm going to show you.
It
It is beginner technique. It really is. And can I, before I forget,
Absolutely. What would you like me?
The chokers I've made, I've done a variety of styles. So the two twisted ones, the thinner one is 4 strands of 1.25 twisted, and the thicker one is 4 strands of 1.5 twisted.
Very
And that
sturdy.
makes it really, really sturdy. You could make talks with it. You could make bangle frames with it.
And still malleable enough and flexible enough for beginners as well?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fantastic.
And I twisted it with the large pliers we get.
Right.
I know we haven't got any at the moment, but keep your eyes out on the website. Brilliant. Absolutely loved it, and it is a sturdy piece of wire. And then the plaited ones.
These two?
Yeah. So one is the 1.25 plaited, the single strands, and the other one is the 0.8. So just by changing the wires you're using, you can get totally different, well, slightly different effects. It's different to use, it's easier to use, and of course the classic 1 strand of 1.5, so easy. Take a selection. If you do craft stalls, take a roll of that, take a load of pendants, and people can
can select their own pendant and say, I want a teardrop, I want an oval.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just talking about this, just advocating the idea of making designs while you're there. Just say, you know, come back in half an hour, I'll have it, well, maybe not half an hour if you're doing that.
Classic case. I went not at a craft show, I went on honeymoon, as you do when you get married. I went on honeymoon.
Married then?
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a minute.
That other designer, Alison Howe, yeah. And I took a load of wire with me, as you do. I get up early, my husband doesn't. I can't help it, I wake up early. So I was making some dragons, and I started making this dragon. It didn't leave the boat, it left the boat, but it went to America.
Really?
Yeah. Someone saw it part way through making it, she said, I've got to have it.
I want that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Bought it, gone to America as soon as I finished it.
Incredible.
And I had not gone on this boat. I'd just gone, it was relaxation for me. And I was just making stuff, and people are like, is that for sale? Oh, can I buy that? Have you got any more?
So you went to have a relaxing romantic break and you ended up being the Alan Sugar of the honeymoon.
He's a good lad, my husband. But I was making it first thing in the morning, or if we're chilling out, reading a book. I can't sit and do nothing.
I'm walking dog before anybody's
exactly.
even stirred in my house. I'm an early bird.
Exactly.
In fact, I was just having this conversation with Sammy the other day because she's under strict orders to start relaxing. So when she said, jewellery making is relaxing, that is how I relax.
Yeah.
So when she's designing, that is therapy to her. And I guess a lot of our viewers feel the exact same way. In fact, I can see that because I think around about 75 of these kits have been allocated, something like that. Is that about right? Oh, okay, sorry, 69 have been allocated. We still have a few in baskets, so until they're confirmed purchases, we'll stick with that. So 69, but we only had double figures to start with. So
ouch.
Approaching limited availability. So we've had a look at your designs, but which are we going to demo?
Right, well, what I'm going to do is take you through the techniques that can allow you to make all of them. Basic wire wrapping or wire weaving with the 0.8, which gives you a chunkier, sturdier wrap. So I'll take you through the different ones. Now, if I sort of have them but can you rotate them?
Absolutely.
And I'll say, right, this one I did.
Yes, that'll be my job.
So
no
if we start with this one.
Yeah.
Tell me where. Is that all right by there, Ben? And basically, the wire wrapping is holding together here. If I turn it there, we've got some very basic wire wrapping on all the joins to hold that frame. Very simple way to cage a cabochon. So if I move that back out of the way. So this wire wrap.
Oh, we need that still at this point.
No, you can
I'll
swap
move that
it
to
round.
the end, yep.
This wire wrap, I use so much. I use it all over the place. It's great for making ring shanks. You can use it all over the place. And it's 2 wires. And we're going to start off, I've got the 0.8. Yeah, I think it's a 0.8.
Right.
And the 0.4. When you're wrapping, you want at least 2 gauges difference.
Sure.
So if I had the 0.8 and a 0.6, as you're trying to wrap, you'll be pulling the 0.8 out of shape. So you've got to have that difference between them.
Right, okay.
Otherwise you pull it out of shape. So we'll start with 1. Now I always leave myself a little bit of a tail, because you can always wrap a little bit more if you need to on the other end, and it just helps you anchor it. And I'm going to wrap round about 4 times. Now there's no right or wrong. Everybody has a different style when they wire wrap. I like mine neat and tidy because that's the way I am, sort of. Like my wire work, I like to have it compressed and neat and tidy. You can have it looser, more freer design, but if you want it tidy, if you keep it towards there as you're wrapping, you'll get a nice finish. And the other thing to do is squeeze it up, either with your nails or your pliers, because if you do it a lot with your nails, you end up with nails like mine, which are rubbish. So you can just squidge it with your flat pliers. I'm then going to introduce the second wire. Now,
this is the part that might scare some people, is it? Yeah.
But it's so easy. You're just going to wrap, not really tightly. I'm not pulling it mega tight because I want to maintain that gap. So I've wrapped it round the 2 wires twice. I'm then going to go through the gap.
Okay.
And I'm going to pull that. If you notice, I've pulled that all the way down. Make sure it's put up against. And then I'm going to do another 3 wraps. So I'm doing a 4 and 2 design. You can do as many on this wire as you want. Let me just do 4 wraps. Then I'm going to go round the 2 again. Twice.
Yeah.
And through the middle. And that's your first one. 2. 3, 4. You can see I keep pushing it down. That's what keeps it tight.
Okay.
Then round the 2 again, and as you notice, I've left the wire on the reel, so you don't get the wastage.
Ah, right. Okay.
But you do have to be careful onto the floor, and it goes everywhere. It's
Yes.
Okay, so you then get, if I finish that 4, 2, 3, 4. Turn it which way? Can we get really close on that?
There you go.
So you can see there, you've got a solid line going along this top wire, and then you get the intermittent going along the bottom. Now when I say I've done 4 and 2, you can do 6 along there and 2. You can do 3 and 3. You can vary the combination of numbers, but the technique's the same. You go round the single wire, round 2 wires.
Okay.
Round the single wire, round 2 wires in whatever combination you want.
And that's what creates the structure to the piece, isn't it? Yeah.
And that gives you your pattern. Now for that piece, I then put that to the centre of the 2 wires, trim off the 2. Always end up, if you can, with your wrapping wire between the 2 base wires.
Okay.
Purely because that will help anchor it.
Okay.
So I can now trim that. Oops. Now you see that? That's what happens,
yeah.
to your wire. You get that slinky spring. Do you remember slinky springs?
Slinky, a slinky, one for a girl or a boy. I remember them well.
Do you guys know slinky springs?
Oh, don't even start with them lot. They're about.
Plastic,
They're about.
Oh, plastic
50.
ones, oh bless.
multicoloured.
Multicoloured plastic. I mean, they had games consoles when they were born.
Well, yeah. We had the old Beeb. Do you remember the old Beebs?
Yeah.
And the Sinclairs. when you had your games came on cassettes, you know those funny things?
Yeah, we had
They don't know what you're talking about. They think in binary now. They're like, what's this? Say 000001. I'm messing around. I'm not that much older than them. I'm just teasing them.
So because you've now held those together, you can just wrap all the way around it, but I just think it gives it a nice detail.
Okay.
So then you would just pull that and pull it down to get that sort of, I don't know quite what you'd say, wing shape? and then up and push it down, and then you put your other wrap and you turn that round and do the same the other side. Have you still got those 2 cabochons there?
I have indeed.
Save me opening the other packet.
You have no what they're talking about now, Alison.
I don't.
They're saying
Is it to do with ageism?
No, they're saying they're harking back to the good old days of games consoles.
What, when they started out with their Game Boys?
Yes, exactly right. And
Not playing tennis on the television with a tape going beep 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 boop beep beep beep.
Pong. Actually.
Joysticks.
Unbelievable.
Right.
So I've got this cabochon.
Okay, so if I borrow that one, all I want to show you is you'd put that would fit in there, these would both bend, so you'd have your cabochon, and this would wrap round. I'm not going to do this very well now here. More haste, Alison, less speed. This you would be doing for a measured cabochon, not picking one up off Ed's shelf and making do. So, right, there we go. So I would then wrap by there again, and as you can see, that's now starting to hold into place. So can I borrow the one on the end again?
This one?
No,
sorry.
the necklace.
The actual necklace design.
Yeah.
I'm not with it, Alison. I'm starting to
So if I fetch that down to here,
feel the burn.
so you can see where I'm at the base. So you've got your base bit, and then you pulled it out, and then you wrap the next one. Now you'll find it will be fiddly, as I've just demonstrated, very, very aptly, until you've got your second wrap places in, and then you can slot your wire in. So you basically place it, find out where you're doing your second wrap. When you've wrapped the 2 second wraps, then you'll find it easier to hold the stone and to frame it. And then all I've done at the top is I've taken 2 of the wires I've wrapped round.
Yeah.
Just by there at the base. Then I've taken the other 2 and I've extended this pattern. I think I've used 6 and 2, 6 and 2, 6 and 2,
Okay.
all the way along. So and then put it round a bale. I think I used my big bale maker for that.
Right. Okay.
And then I've just finished them off with a swirl. And
Bale
that's
making.
using
Coming up later.
woohoo! And that's used the same technique on each of those points. Is the 6 and 2, 4 and 2, however many, with 2 strands. So simple.
Okay. Well, we have actually now allocated 75 of our kits, but we have another 15 in baskets, so that takes us up to 90. We only have 98 in stock, so we're down to single figures of availability. And actually, some people are still putting them in their baskets, so I don't want us to get oversubscribed. I don't want people to miss out, so I think it is going to probably sell out. So shall we move on and give everybody the chance to buy the alternative wire? Seems like a good juncture to do that as we got to the end of that design. This is the black coloured copper wire. Brand new, 1 mil gauge, 50 metre length, is that correct? So you get 50 metres black wire, 1 mil gauge, that colour tone.
I love
gorgeous.
black wire. And would go with the purple.
Really
Now
make the
you
colour
started
tones pop, wouldn't it?
But you can also go quite gothic with it. So you can change your genre and go really goth with it. The black wire, I love the black wire. Or you could go quite Downtony.
Yeah, I suppose.
You could turn it quite Downtony.
This is the beauty of wire work. It opens up whole worlds of design, doesn't it?
Perfect for black Labradors.
Ah, your design. Oh, can I just say, on Sunday night, I was here and you created something for Rachel, did you? Is that right? Did you create for the Secret Santa?
She had a little. She's got a puppy.
She has.
And so my Secret Santa was it was a black and silver, because I don't have white, so black and silver dog.
I was on the changeover. Oh my word! Absolutely amazing work. Yeah.
Whether a puppy grows to look quite like it or not, I don't know. Now I know what breeds the mix is, but
I've got a Labrador. Cross as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's he crossed with? She?
Gun dog. So like a pointer.
Oh, right,
So
yeah.
he's kind of a thin Labrador.
I've got a thin Labrador, but he's pure.
There you go. Oh, because you walk yours appropriately.
Well,
They're predisposed to getting chunky, aren't they, Labradors?
The rest of it, he's from working dogs, and the rest of his family are like, I'm a Labrador. And he's this long, thin Labrador that's about twice the height, twice the length, and half the width.
Mine was not amused when I left the house at 6:45 this morning. He's looking at me as if to say, Dad,
where are you going?
What are you doing? Are we going out? I'm like, you're not coming with me, son. I'll see you later. And he was just sat at the door again, looking all sad. I'll see you soon, hoot dog. Okay, 50 metres of black copper wire, 1 mil gauge, already huge numbers of people flying in, $17.95.
Wow,
Never been
price.
seen, only been seen once prior to today. There you go. So could be the first time that people have seen the 50 mil reel, bearing in mind it's only been available once. We've got people coming in from all across the globe. Ooh. Buyers in Alicante.
Ooh. I deliver.
I do pork, chicken and beef. Ben, half an hour later, went, he had a good New Year's. $17.95 for 50 metres of your black wire. Don't forget your bail making pliers also coming up. I'm not sure exactly what time, not sure if my producer put a time on that yet, but stay tuned. Alison, any minute now, she said.
Oh, right, because I've been having to play with those this morning.
Oh, have you? What have you been up to?
Bear with me.
Alison's just disappeared to go and get us some more inspirational designs. Here we go. So, you've already started your challenge?
Might have.
How did you do that? I gave you the strand.
So, simple
wire
little
workers.
one.
They're amazing.
So I've done a simple little bail with one of them. You could put it on a piece of black leather, and that would be quite unisex.
Nice. I would wear that. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit more. It seems stupid. A little bit more feminine having the wire. But
yeah, I think you're right,
the cord I think would be more masculine.
Actually, it's funny because Mark was on the show last night, and he made some kind of like hammock style earrings, and they had a similar kind of swing like feel to them. I think that would balance it quite nicely.
But that was with the bail making wires. I've also done a connector.
Oh yes, I can see. Even I can work out how that's been done.
So you can have a multi-strand necklace, and it's perfect with the bail making because each of these, I've done them before with my round nose pliers. It's very difficult to make sure they're all perfectly the same size.
Yeah.
And it does make a difference. Well, I can spot it. So yeah, that's your multi-strand. I reckon it would be a nice on a bracelet. Yeah, and then as a feature in the middle.
Well, you could literally just wire wrap your gemstones into all of those little.
Oh yeah, you could put a gemstone in each of the little holes.
Use them as like a little holder.
Absolutely. And then I also played with. I was busy this morning.
How on earth did you get all this done?
Talking about your jump rings, this is 1.5 wire.
Yeah.
God, how strong is that? I mean, you could put this on the car for springs.
That's it. The best thing about it is when you snip them, they're already open.
Yes.
Saves you a job.
But you could use that again as a bail. You could slide it onto something just for a bit of a feature.
A bit of texture into your design.
Connectors between chunkier beads.
Funnily enough, I was with Laura Binding on Christmas Eve. I think I came on early on Christmas Eve, and she was saying she'd used the Wags Waiko to do a similar thing. Basically, she ran out of Viking knit, and as a little solution, she'd come up, those kind of things would be perfect for that kind of solution, wouldn't they? Like a little crafting cul-de-sac, just use them as a little connector to get you past it.
These are great for ends when you want a straight end.
Right.
So for something like Kumihimo, where it doesn't taper towards the end, so you want it flat, so you could cut that off, and that's your flat end, and then you put something coming out of there with your loop on, and then you've got
a little detailed finish.
You can hide a multitude of sins in there as well. If you've got you've had to connect two things together and tie a knot in something or whatever, hide it in there. No one will ever see.
Hide the mechanics.
Or have one colour Viking knit coming out that side and one colour coming out the other side.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
So versatile. And I've only had a little play yet.
Or even, actually, we launched a brand new paracord last night. You know where you do the little join? When you burn it and you put it together? You could put a little one of those on there just to hide the little join.
Yeah, absolutely.
Shall I show you?
Oh, have you got...
Shall I show you?
I haven't had a chance to play with the paracord
yet.
This
is what Mark made for me
on
the show as my New Year's Eve present.
Wow, that's fabulous.
I'm just showing off now because I've got some masculine jewellery.
No, that's brilliant. I love it.
Gorgeous, isn't it? This was the premier colour tone that we launched last night, the kind of reptilian colour.
Wow.
If you like. Okay, so now we've moved the graphics down. So the wire's moved to the bottom of the screen, 50 metres of 1mm black wire for £17.95. And what we've put on screen is the veil making pliers that Alison's just been inspiring us all with. Here you've got, is it 3mm and 6.5? Is that right? Sorry.
3 and 5.
Let me take that back. 3mm and 5mm.
Yeah.
Details are on the screen then. Clues in the title. And already the price is on screen. The reason we've had to do that is because so many people have already come through to add this to their basket, and instantly everyone's checking out. I actually launched one of the varieties of bell making pliers on Sunday, as I say, and about 300 pairs were allocated in about an hour on the late show. So they are in high demand. Every time they've hit the screen, they've virtually been a sellout, so they are hugely popular. £6.95. We do have limited amounts allocated to the show today. So if you want to make the most of your 1 P&P per day, I would definitely advise getting hold of these, particularly wire workers. I mean, it's a no-brainer, isn't it?
They're so comfy to use, so comfy in your hand as well.
The comfy grip as well.
Absolutely. They are so lovely to use, and they've got the little spring in them, so they bounce back open, which is great if you've got a little bit of dexterity. Yes. You're not having to open them all the time.
I was talking about this because we often talk about that and we make reference to, say, arthritis and things like that. But actually, a couple of months ago, I had a fall and I broke my thumb. So even if you've got short-term dexterity problems, if it's easier, you don't want to not be able to make any jewellery for 4 weeks. No. So
I'd go crazy.
What would Alison do? She'd be beside herself, wouldn't you?
Toes. I'd train my toes. Give the dogs opposable thumbs. I'd like
to see that. I'd love to see somebody try and do wire wrapping with their toes.
There are some amazing people who use their toes for all sorts of things.
Actually, that's true. I've seen one guy who was disabled and lost his hands lighting a cigarette with his toes. Not that I would advocate smoking cigarettes, but still, it's good to see people overcoming adversity.
Absolutely. Not that I'd have that flexibility either.
Well, yeah, he was pretty impressive. He was. I'd like to see Ben try, but not right now, Ben. He's nearly there.
Put his back out, but.
This guy was sitting on the floor. He flicked it up into his mouth out of one toe, and then just picked up the lighter and lit it.
Incredible.
We'll let you get on with your yoga. Right,
so
we'll continue?
Next one, okay, let's do this one.
Okay.
Since it's there. I've used the 0.4. I'm going to show you with the gold because it'll show up better. Thought that on the last one, so it'll just show up better. Now this is it's almost bezel set it.
Yes.
And it's very versatile. If you've got odd shapes, it's perfect for doing that because you can also vary the size as well of how much you need the depth. Okay, so we're going to start off again, wrapping around. This is a 0.6. I've used on there a 0.4, but your 0.6 would do it. Okay. But I'm only doing this so you can pick up the colour difference better and see where it's going. So I'm going to start off with 4 wraps. Now all these wraps, you can vary how big the spacing is. And on this one, where you'll see the pattern forming, it sort of elongates or shortens. Okay. So I've got that. I'm going to hold them about a centimetre-ish, whatever, however deep you want. The deeper the cabochon you want to do, obviously you'll have to open it up a bit more. Okay. So then we've gone round about 4 times. We're going to go through the gap. 0.6 might be a bit stiff actually, but I didn't want to go rooting. And then we're going to go 4 times around the top. Now I'm not pulling it mega tight for a reason. Okay. If you pull it mega tight, you will pull those together. You automatically start, and your 2 wires will start going like that. And people often say to me, how do I stop it going wiggly waggly? It's technical
terms. Okay, I'll try to keep it.
Okay, so when I tighten it, I'll do it after I've finished doing the wraps. Okay. So I've done 4 wraps. I'm going to go back down to the bottom, and I'm going to go to where I left off. Okay, so We're going to do 4. Now, I was with a lady called Helen. Hi, Helen, if you're watching. And we came up with an ingenious little gizmo thing, very easy to use. If you're struggling to keep these the same distance apart, this is perfect. Right, let me just pop that down for a minute and grab a piece of wire I have earlier. Right, if you want to have them distance apart.
Very blue peach of you, I like that one.
Make a tiny little loop, small as you can, on the top. Then you want the distance you want your wire apart. You want to make the distance and then pop in. So if we do it about there, pop in another little loop. Trim off your wire. It does mean you've got to cut your wire off your reel to use it, but you've now got a spacer for your 2 wires, which will mean you'll keep them the same distance apart as you're wrapping. How simple and how
a great solution.
Believe it. Let me pop that on there. So as you're wrapping, you'll actually keep them the same distance apart.
Fantastic.
So
that is genius.
If you do find it varies, and it just slides along as you're doing it, but it does mean you've got to cut it off the reel because you'll have to feed it through.
That's why you're the expert.
Very
top tip.
Easy little solution. Right, so we've gone back down, wrap round 4 times. Now, like I say, I'm not pulling really tight, but I'm still pushing it up against the last ones. Okay. Through the middle and back up to the top. Now I'll show you the pattern in just 2 seconds. So each time you're doing, it's a figure of 8, but you're doing wraps at the top end of the figure of 8. Right. So if you find they're coming apart a little bit, like I say, I don't do it tight. All I'll do is do that to pull them together. So can you see how you're getting this? I call it like the side of a drum, an old-fashioned drum. You know, a soldier's drum.
Absolutely,
you have this pattern going up and down.
Down the snare.
Yeah. So he used to have this with his musket, fife and drum.
There you go. Oh, you got the musician in the room to crack a smile, and that is saying something today.
Because I don't know. Okay, then I have no idea what the technical. So is it a snare drum?
I think he's in agreement with you. Yeah.
Okay.
Just woke him up, that's all.
So you can see you're getting these little zigzags. Now, if you do, I've done 4 wraps between each. If we now do, let's take that to 6 wraps. I just want to show you quickly how you can vary it, and it's purely a preference. It may be you have a stone that's not got a very nice side, so you want to make them closer together. It may be the side of the stone is also incredible, and you want to let a lot of light through.
Yep. You're not going to have that problem with any of the Lepidolite, I can tell you that, because the way it's been polished on the outer edge is absolutely gorgeous.
6. Right, now I've done that one very quickly, so I would squidge that together, it's a technical term, and go back up and do 6 up here. 2, 3. You can see I'm following this along with my fingers, so I'm acting as that brace between. But you do have to watch. You have to stay close there to stop these going. And the trick is not to pull too tight when you do the first one, because that's what pulls it in. So you can see straight away now. You might be able to see. Sorry, Ed. Those 2 are very close. And then you've got a bigger gap to this one, and it's purely because I've changed the numbers from 4 to 6. And you can alter that as you like.
If you want to. Yeah,
absolutely. So you'd go along all the length for your cabochon. You take it. You'd carry on. You know, put your cabochon on and go.
Like you said, you're essentially creating a bezel setting, so it needs to cover the whole circumference of your cabochon.
But that's flat as it stands.
Okay.
So what I did with my nylon pliers, I actually bent it. So I've got hold of the base one and pushed the other one up. So you now get, and I've no idea whether you'll be able to pick that up, it's now slightly domed. I don't know whether you... you might be able to...
That way.
Which way?
Yeah, is that right?
Oh, there you go. So you can see the bit of a dome.
Yes, absolutely. You can see that. The curvature.
And your cabochon will now sit in there, and it's got that groove to rest in.
To sit inside.
Yeah, and it'll sit in there. And for the top of that one, all I did was take them. Let me borrow this one.
Sorry, I'm not being very helpful, am I?
Don't apologise. I took the 2 from the front over, and the 2 on the back I pulled to the front and then looped them over. So they're all coming from the front. So I bent the 2 and over, and I quite liked it with those 2 splayed out and that in the middle. Very simple, just little loops on the back so you didn't have any scratchy bits. Very, very simple. And there you can see the pattern going all the way round.
Gorgeous, because like we said right at the start, with the antique bronze wire that you get in that kit, it has a real beautiful vintage feel.
Yeah.
But of course, traditionally, when we think about bezel setting, we think about the sterling silver or silver tones. We actually have the silver wire.
Oh.
So we can bring you the silver wire right now. So if you want to create that bezel setting in more of a traditional colour tone, we can do that for you right now. This is another one of our 50-metre reels. This is, I believe, is this 1 mil again? Oh no. So this is a 0.8 mil gauge.
Right.
And you get 50 metres of this really beautiful metallic tone. Could you do this technique with the 0.8? Yeah?
I'd use 0.4 or 0.25 with the 0.8.
Right, okay.
And you get a much finer, more delicate setting.
Okay.
Now I've done one of them in 0.8. Which one we said?
Which, yes, exactly.
It might even be the bracelet.
I was thinking
bangle.
that looks more, that looks finer detailing, so we can see that kind of setting with the 0.8, I think, on this design.
Yeah, that's 0.8 with 0.4.
And here
and it
we've
just
got,
gives you, if you grab the, that one.
This one?
Yeah, let's grab that one.
Okay.
And you can see the difference between, that's the 0.8 with 0.4, and that's the 1.5 with 0.8 wrapping around it.
Right, okay, so you can instantly see the definition from the 0.5 and the more delicate finish in the 0.8.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, we have now got details on screen, and I'll tell you what, you guys are not messing around today.
That's lovely.
People are flying in online and on the free phone number to add this 50-metre reel of 0.8 mil silver wire to your order. Make the most of your 1 P&P per day. Really? $14.95.
What? It's 50 metres?
Yeah, 50 metres.
Wow.
0.8 silver wire. It's actually one of the most difficult colour tones for us to get hold of here at JewelleryMaker, so I would definitely stock up on that if you can. Vera, you're not messing around. You've got 2 of these heading your way just down the road in Warwickshire. Thanks for joining us today. Loads of people coming through now. I think everyone's woken up. Everyone was just getting into your demonstration there. Now they're like, dial the free phone number.
Can I give you a sort of idea of usage? This was a 10-metre reel of 0.8. I've done wire wrapping with it. I've used it as a base, and I've done some practice stuff that never made it here.
So you've done all that with 10 metres?
And I did the double plait.
This?
Yeah, with the and I've still got probably about 2 or 3 metres left over. So can you imagine where you're going?
50 is going to go an awfully long way then.
This plaited technique with the silver would be fantastic.
So elegant.
Yeah, and if you want to funk it, use the silver and put a black between it, so you have 3 strands for each bit of wire. Oh, perfect.
You know what
with
I'm putting
that.
in my silver? Oh, hello.
Absolutely
all right, pliers.
Perfect.
You don't need to get involved. The Labradorite and the silver.
Look at that. So classy.
Match made in heaven.
So. I love that strand.
Of the wire? Oh. Of availability remaining on the wire reel there.
That's got to be the most sought after. Antique bronze probably comes a close second, but that must be the most sought after. The silver always disappears.
That's amazing. Oh, it looks to me like it's going to be a sellout deal. In fact, it's sold out.
But you've got lots of multi-buyers there as well.
Lots and lots of multi-buyers. So we're going to put the bail making pliers back on screen. We've already seen lots of inspiration from Alison. So which design do we move on to so I can be your glamorous or not so glamorous assistant as it may be?
These two, a similar technique with 2, like I said, totally different wires. So the actual figure of 8 bits is the same for this, but it's with different wire. And if you look, we've got our, that's a 4 and 2 weave that we've just done. That's with the 1.5 and the 0.8, and then that's with the 0.8 and the 0.4. Same technique, between there and there, how different.
Gorgeous. And it just
So,
goes to show
so sturdy.
how varied the wire work can actually be.
Don't limit yourself. Don't, I always say that. Just try it. Don't think, oh, I can't do it with that. Have you tried? Have a go. You know, it's amazing what comes out of.
Absolutely.
Oh well, I'll just give that a go. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. This is the other great thing about wire work. The more you experiment, the more happy accidents you come across, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to use some of this again, just again to show you. It shows up, I think, better on the camera if you can see it a different colour.
The contrast of the gold and the bronze, you mean?
Probably not the best contrast in the world, but
no, still.
Should have
We
bright
can see
pink or
what's going
something,
on, can't we? Better than if it was bronze on bronze, for example. Yeah.
Now, what I haven't said on all the others is I always trim this tail off when I'm finished.
Right.
But I leave it on because I find it, and it's again no right or wrong reason, I find it easier to hang on to it to stop it. As you're coiling it, it has a habit of spinning round, so you're almost you're doing that and you're going nowhere.
It feels like you're swimming against the tide, basically. Yeah.
So again, we'll just start off. 1, 2,
Let's just
3.
anchors it on.
Yeah, 3 or 4 will anchor it great. Now you know some people snip that off then, but I leave it till I have to. If I need to use this piece or go there, then I'll tidy it up.
Then you'll take it off.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
But I tend to leave it till I finish the piece.
Again, you know, good.
Right, so we've started off with the one, we're going to fetch in our other wire. Now for this one, looking at this bit, I've started off with them both together, and then I'm going to curl the wires out. Now with the 1.5 and the 1.25, especially if you're using 0.4, which you can do, that will hold itself. With the 0.8 I used, again, it's that couple difference, but I held it. Just for security. So I've done my couple, then I'm going to go through the middle, up over the top one. All right, and I'm just going to go through the middle a couple of times in a figure of 8, purely to get it till we've got a bit more of an open. So I've gone through the middle, over the top again, through the middle, down over the bottom. Now I'll start adding in a loop. So I come over the bottom, wrap it round the bottom one, through the middle, over the top, wrap it round the top one, through the middle, all the way round it. One. I'm jumping to the next DI.
That's a bit of an exclusive for us, isn't it?
Yeah. So all I'm doing is going through the gap, all the way around the top, through the gap, all the way around the bottom. And you can see how quickly that's building up. Through the gap, all the way around the top, through the gap, all the way around the bottom. And that's just a very simple figure of 8. Now, personally, I'd have to tidy that up because that would annoy me.
Yeah.
So I would squidge that down, either with, depending on what you've used, so that was all tidy, and I would keep doing it along so I had a continuous colour.
Okay.
That's my personal preference. There's absolutely nothing wrong with you having it like that. Even you can
oh
get a slightly different effect.
I like that.
Just by doing that.
Yeah.
It's almost absolutely. It's almost the same technique as we used to do the bail.
Okay.
The
kind of bezel.
Bezel. That was the word, not bail. Thank you. So you'd keep doing that, and then when you get to the point, so what I've done on this, I've started there, I've gone all the way round, I made sure I went past the point of the edge.
Mm-hmm.
So I've gone up over the front, past the edge, and then there's no point if you're having it so that it's going to lie flat, there's no point in having it round here. It's a lot of effort.
For no real effect.
It really depends on the piece you're doing. If the piece is going to turn over at all, I would cover that up for neatness.
Right, okay.
If it's not, then I'd leave it. Yeah. I mean, that's not horrendously unsightly.
I was going to say, it looks pretty.
But yeah, I would probably tidy that up.
Okay.
So then I've taken one of the wires up and round the top, and the other wire, I've come and made a swirl there. Now that's cupped the bottom of this shape of cabochon. And like you say, each of these sets is going to have slightly different cabochons in them. So there'll all be different size. I can't say use this length of wire because your cabochons might be a different thing. You have to pull it out and try it. If in doubt, use a thin piece of scrap wire to measure and then cut your bigger wire from it.
Another top tip.
Yeah. Or a piece of cotton, or anything. Use that to measure it, and then put that against your wire and wire to there, and put a little pen mark or whatever if you're going to go up to there.
Yeah, sure.
Or just keep measuring it against it and saying, no, I need to do a bit more, need to do a bit more. Yeah.
However you're comfortable working, I suppose. Yeah.
So then I've taken this wire around the top, and I've met the start wire, I fetched up the back, and I've done exactly the same principle here to give this slightly asymmetrical, for me, it's very asymmetrical for me, this asymmetrical bail, where I just put a loop around one and coiled that one over, which I actually thought was quite funky.
Oh, gorgeous. I love it.
So
it has a real sort of flow to the actual design, doesn't it? Yeah.
And with these, there's no I haven't wrapped any of these pieces together at the crossover points to hold them in place. It's literally bent the wire over, and the only thing I've got is the other start wire just comes up, and to put it somewhere tidy, I've just looped it over there. Fantastic. And that's literally just to hold it out of the way. So again, 2 pieces of wire and some wire wrapping, and you've got another different beautiful cabochon.
One of a kind as well, which so many people are looking for.
Absolutely.
We've got around about 5 minutes left of this segment, so is there anything else we need to demonstrate?
Which was the other one?
If not, we can continue after.
Do you want to pass those 2 over?
Yeah, the plaited finish.
And I'll show you how I did that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, so 5 minutes. This one I did with 0.8 and 0.4.
Okay.
Let me move that out of the way. This is very, very simple, very basic. I've left most of the stone completely uncluttered.
Yes.
Literally just got a few bits over, and that stone is not going anywhere. Absolutely. It can't fall out. So I did a little bit of the, I think that's 6 and 2.
Okay.
That we did earlier.
Yeah,
4 and 2, 6 and 2,
saw that.
8 and 2, however big a gap you want between there. And then when I got to the end of it, I wanted to splay these wires. So instead of just have the 2 coming out, I did the technique we've just used, the figure of 8, wrapping it around, and that just gives you a little bit of detail, and then takes the wires apart. And then I've just fetched them round the back. Where did I go? I took that one round the bottom and back up to hold that bottom in place, and this one I took round the top and into the bail. And then I took the other base one, came back up, and then again I did the figure of 8, very classic. You'll see lots of us guest designers doing this sort of bail. It's beautiful, neat, and then just put 2 loops at the bottom, and it's a very classic, very, very quick bail. These are so, I can't stress how much these are so achievable for beginners. Please just have a go. They're not difficult. They are 2 pieces of wire and wrapping. So if you get stuck, give me a shout. But don't be put off by it. That they look a lot more complicated than they are. They really do.
But that is really what you're looking for with wire work, isn't it? You want it to look complicated and embellished, but you want it to be easy and achievable, as you've said. So tick the boxes.
A lot of people, when they start off, they get gaps here.
Right.
And that's just, again, like I say, it's a more organic feel to your wire wrapping, and different designers have different styles of doing it.
Yeah, that's beauty.
We're all slightly different. If you want it tidier per se, I push it up, and that gives you that perfect finish, and it just looks totally different. So if I pop that one back there,
absolutely gorgeous.
I want to talk you through how I've done this, and then we'll nip onto that one. It looks a bit more complicated at the back. So I took the 1.5 and the 0.8, and I made a length of this wire wrapped, and then I went, oh, what am I going to do with this? I obviously had an idea what I was going to do with it. I cut my length of wire, and then I went, my memory, good. It's a castle, yeah. I'm back to being a goldfish. It's a castle. So I thought, right, what am I going to do with it? Well, it was the perfect size for a bangle.
It's a taut bangle, isn't it? Yeah,
so,
it's gorgeous.
So it actually, I mean, it won't fit on my wrist, but...
You know, we had, as I say, people were texting in last night to say this is one of the beauties of bespoke design. Because you're custom making things for people, often... Yeah. If people can't find things to fit on the high street, so if you've got very small wrists or large wrists, these personal commissions, they can be made to order.
And these are adjustable, so that would fit me, or it would fit Helena, who's got beautiful, dainty little wrists, because you can just twist it in.
You don't need to tell her twice, she's saying. Rubbing her hands together in there.
Right, so at the other side, now this is going to be quite difficult for you to see, I did 2 swirls with the ends of this wire. I then did my wire wrapped bit, let's say, with this bit. Let me cut that off my test wire. So I then got my stone and went, right, okay, I'm going to go over there, round there, push that up there. And this is, you can just do, you know, where you like, so long as you test it and your stone is not going anywhere. That's very rough, but that's now securely got that stone. So I did that, and then I slid the coils I'd made from that one under there to hold it, and that is the only one I've actually wire wrapped into place because I needed the 2 pieces to marry.
Right, okay.
You could have extended that if I'd put the 2 under, and then the ends of this piece here coming round, and I've just made little coils at the bottom there, and then I have, like I say, stitched this in place just to marry the 2 pieces. And how simple and quick.
Fantastic.
I can't wait to see all these designs coming up and variations on the Wall of Fame.
It's going to be a wash with these beautiful designs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Alison. It's been really fantastic set of designs. So lots of different inspiration there in one little project package. Okay, we are going to go to a quick break, and I've just realised how naughty I've been. I haven't announced the winner of my Twitter competition.
Oh, you tweet.
So when we come back from the break, I'll be able to do that as well. So we'll be back in just a few minutes. Don't move a muscle because, of course, as ever, we're going to have more amazing deals as well.
If you love classic jewellery, then why not come and join guest designer Gemma Crow on our vintage workshop. Gemma will guide you through various beading and wirework techniques which will inspire you to create timeless designs from a bygone era. The full course includes a selection of wire, a selection of findings and charms, a bead scoop, use of all relevant tools and equipment, a buffet lunch and refreshments, a tour of the studio and a visit to our Gemstone museum. All of this for just $69.95. Have a blast from the past and take home some amazing designs. For further information, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
Diopside is a member of the Proxene group. It has a monoclinic crystal structure and often displays a star-like optical effect on the surface of the stone. This is due to fibrous inclusions within the gemstone structure that are all at a certain point which give light and reflection to create the star. In the case of chrome diopside, the colouring element here is chrome, which gives rise to a green colour.
Join the jewellery making fun with this fantastic In the Mix DVD. This DVD includes 4 different techniques with 4 different guest designers. Debbie Bulford shows us how to create elegant polymer clay pendants. Laura Binding is here to show us a beautiful wire-wrapped ring. Mark Smith with his fantastic macrame earrings using beading thread and gemstones. And finally Liz Welch with jewel enamel painting pieces of jewellery. To get your hands on a copy of this fantastic DVD, contact our call centre on 0800 644 655. Get creative with JewelleryMaker.
Download the JewelleryMaker app today. You can watch our JewelleryMaker shows live, view all the details of the item that is currently on air, as well as browsing all the items from today's show. You can also minimize the video or switch to use as a companion app. Get the JewelleryMaker app today and boost your viewing experience.
If you miss a JewelleryMaker show, then simply go to our YouTube page where you'll be able to find hours of JewelleryMaker footage. Search by show, date or type. Alternatively, search by guest designer by using our playlist page. You can also find hours of tutorials with handy hints and tips to give you inspiration. Our YouTube page is updated on a daily basis, so you can access any show at any time. Stay in touch with JewelleryMaker.
Welcome back to the Designer Inspiration Show and Happy New Year! If you have just tuned in, where have you been? You've missed out on all kinds of treats. Of course, the wonderful Alison Tarry has just been taking us through some of her very inspirational designs.
Oh.
How are you, Alison?
I'm all right, thank you very much.
Well, don't be dilly-dally and crack on with that challenge.
I have got it back.
I would never be rude to Alison. In fact, shall I tell that story quickly?
Go on.
While Alison was getting married, I was away at the time, and so I returned and saw all these magnificent designs that had been put together by Alison Tarry, who I knew as Alison Howe. And I said, I can't believe there's two Alisons in the world that can do this kind of wire work. And they were like, what are you talking about? And I was like, this Alison Tarry, it's so similar to Alison Howe. And they're like, yeah, Alison got married, you idiot. Could only happen to me. Now, on that note, we've also managed to find the design of the year. We had our award ceremony yesterday. Alison's shoe design was voted as design of the year.
That's so sweet. I would just say thank you to everybody, because that's just so lovely. And you reduced my mum to tears.
Oh, really?
In a nice way, yeah. Because I couldn't see the show. I was in work, in my other work.
Yes.
And I had a phone call, and it was so lovely.
Oh, she was just so proud of you.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
That is a lovely story. Oh, the hairs on the back of my neck just stood up. I'm not joking, they really did.
Aww.
That's so nice.
Amazing.
I actually have a little announcement of my own to make. I did say yesterday evening I'd make the announcement at 1 PM, but I'm sure most people can forgive me. I literally had a minute and a half before I started the next show. So I didn't have a chance to announce the winner. But basically, I've been running a few exclusive Twitter competitions. If you want to follow me, I'm going to do another one over the weekend, I think. And it's at @EdPresenter, all one word, at @EdPresenter. You can follow me, and then all you got to do generally is to retweet the tweet, and you'll be entered into the draw. And I did the draw, and it was for this beautiful suite of jewellery created by Fleur on Christmas Eve, featuring this gorgeous emerald green quartzite.
Lovely.
And gorgeous gold and head pins there. Lovely colour tones, aren't they?
Beautiful. Nice.
So you're going to, we're going to send the earrings and the necklace to one lucky winner. And the winner was Jackie Donington. I couldn't find the little piece of paper from when I did the prize draw, but it's Jackie Donington. My friends are there, but I'll contact you. I will PM you and get your customer number, and I'll have it sent out to you. Thank you everybody for entering, and as I say, I will be running another one over the weekend. So that's quite good, isn't it?
I'm going to have to start tweeting. I've never tweeted.
Lots of people say this, but you shouldn't be scared of it. It's exactly the same as Facebook in terms of getting involved. It just has slightly different capabilities. So we'll get you those as soon as possible. Jackie. So congratulations. Okay, we're going to move on. Where to? Oh, on the table. Here we go. Another bundle. Oh, lovely colour tones. Quite in keeping with the colours we've seen today, actually. You've got this beautiful turquoise tone. Is this magnesite? It is indeed. So turquoise magnesite, 10mm rounds, giving you over 200 carats. And then you've got your sort of purple magnesite here, kind of like an amethyst colour really, a traditional amethyst, 12 by 8mm in your through drill drops. And then very delicate 2mm rounds of white magnesite there. Very, very similar effect to howlite. Because you've got the silver matrix on the surface, that gorgeous banding. I mean, that is a very classic combination of colours, isn't it? Your turquoise and purple.
Yeah, very Mediterranean, isn't it?
I like it. Well, I think lots of people are going to start thinking now, Christmas is over, let's start thinking, how many weeks to go till we get on that plane?
How many people have got early holidays, you know, Easter holidays, going off for a bit of sun, a bit of the springtime sun? Because we're going to have loads here anyway.
I'm going away at the end of the month, but I'm going to the lake, so I'm not expecting to see much sun.
Wow, you never know.
Hoop Dog's going to love it.
Yeah.
He's coming.
Oh, fabulous.
Colour Pop is the name of this particular bundle, and as you can see, those very vibrant colour tones, almost Mediterranean colours, Alison's described them as here in your magnesite. 3 strands of magnesite, giving you over 300 carats. And if you were to buy these individually, it would be $10.95. Less than £4 per strand. We're going to give you an add it to your order price. Been since 9 AM this morning, to be honest. Alone.
Yeah.
Just $2.95 for our standardised P&P here at JewelleryMaker, and that will cover you from midnight to midnight. So 24 hours. It doesn't matter how many items you add to your order. It doesn't matter if you've grabbed the prong setting DVD, the mini craft bag, the tanzanite, and the wirework kit that we've just seen with that lepidolite. 1 P&P of $2.95, and right now we're taking 3 strands to $7.95. And we're now going to give you an opportunity to own this fantastic twisted wire DVD. That there just in case we can't see it clearly. This is so perfect for wire workers. This could be a little gift to yourself, really.
Oh yeah, I love the twisted wire.
Yeah.
I didn't think, I was very unsure about it, you know.
Really?
And then, yeah, and then I had
What was your reservation, if you don't mind asking?
I was like, well, I can twist it, you know, I've got wire twist.
I don't need you pre-twisting my wire for me.
Brilliant. I love it.
Really?
And it's so, you think, oh, hang on, I've twisted 2 1 mil. It's going to be horrendous. I'm never going to be able. It's not. It's really malleable.
Really flexible still. I have heard that quite a lot actually from wire workers saying they're a bit standoffish. As soon as they used it, they're like, oh, actually, this is amazing.
It's great. It really, I love it. I do love it now.
Twisted wire DVD. Add it to your order price. As with all of our DVDs, this has only been available twice prior to today. Who knows? It could be a sellout today because it was launched on the 27th of December, and for all I know there's going to be a huge influx of buyers. We are very, very busy.
Was it Deb Rudge or was it Jan?
Was it Jan?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
Was it Jan?
It was guest on a Jan who's already been in this morning buying a peacock pill. Oh, on the phone lines, I mean, not in the building.
Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year, Jan, if you're still watching, and I hope you are. Because we've just given everybody the third opportunity, to own the twisted wire DVD. $4.95, another great opportunity to add to your 1 P&P of just $2.95.
Can I say, I think our DVDs here are such phenomenal value.
Unbelievable.
$4.95 for basically an hour's tuition.
Yep.
Where else can you go to get a DVD for that price?
I was saying I went into one of the craft shops the other day to look at the books.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're pretty pricey.
Oh, yeah.
Well over £20 for a book.
Yeah.
And the thing about this, I understand, you know, you've got the book and it takes you through more than one project. Well, this one takes you through 5 projects, only it's not the still images.
Yeah.
And for me, I can literally watch, and this is just me applying it to my kind of, you know, my expression, if you want, which is cooking.
Oh, right.
And I can literally watch any TV chef make something, and because I've seen them do it, I can do it. Reading a recipe, can't get on with it at all.
Can I come to dinner?
Alison, you're welcome anytime.
I'll start sending you tapes of what
Have
I
a
like.
look on my... do you know what? I had a lovely tweet on Twitter the other day from a gentleman who saw my carrot soup recipe on my Twitter site, and he said, but I can't get hold of a blender, they're hundreds of pounds. I was like, you're joking, ain't you? I got my blender for 40 quid. Directed him to it, he's bought it, remade the carrot soup, he's advised me to write a food blog. He loved my soup so much. So that gave me a little boost. There you go, that's probably the same feeling somebody gets when they sell their first piece of jewellery.
The Gemstone chef.
Oh, don't. They call me Jamella Ramsey. I'm such a loser. Okay, $4.95 is the add it to your order price for the Twisted Wire DV. Alison liked that one. Oh, you can come back if you're going to laugh at my jokes, Alison. $4.95 is the add it to your order price. Huge numbers of people coming through for that one. Oh, have a look at this for a bundle and a half. Now, we were talking earlier about our favourite gemstone here at JewelleryMaker. It has retained its title. For 3 years now, it's been voted as your favourite gemstone, gorgeous Labradorite. And the reason that we were talking about it is that I was just saying, when I asked customers why they fell in love with it, it was the Labrador essence, the optical effect. It attracts people to their designs, and it sells. And Fleur backed that up, didn't she?
Absolutely.
Now, when I asked people online why they loved it, they said that, and lots of people were chipping in saying, I voted for Rainbow Moonstone for the same reason though. Because the angular essence, that swirl of colour, attracts people's attention. It kind of embodies the more mystical properties we normally associate with genuine gemstones, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But it is, because it's so magical. It's... Who would ever have thought you get so many colours when you turn the light to things? Because it's different to a diamond, which is refracted light, isn't it? So
yes, absolutely.
You get your rainbow colour, it's reflected light. Understand that. Most people have had a prism when they were in school. Prism, not prison. And seen a rainbow. That's great. But this is actual different properties, and it gives you different light in totally different way, and it is magical. It's like, ooh, that's purple, ooh, that's blue, ooh, twist it again, it's yellow. Wow.
The difference that Alison's describing there is that because a diamond, for example, has a single refractive index, the light passes through it, it enters and travels through at one speed and gives you that kind of traditional sparkle. With Labradorite being a sedimentary rock, you might remember that from your school days as well. So it's built up from layers of different elements. So it travels through the gemstone at different speeds as it hits those different elements, kind of bounces around inside. And that's why it breaks up the beam of light and gives you that spectrum. So you get the blues and the greens and the yellows. The reason we see more blues than other colours traditionally is that basically blue travels quicker than other colours, so it gets to your eyes quicker, so that's why you see it quicker. But the quality of the Labradorite here, you are seeing variations in those colours. We saw it earlier as well, didn't we? The violets, the golden tones, electric greens in there as well. Wow, look at this one. Sorry. I just want to show you this if I can. Look at that. That's phenomenal, isn't it?
That's dragonfly blue, isn't it?
Yes, that's a great description. That's fantastic. Over 50 carats of Labradorite, and these ovals are slightly irregular in shape, and they range from 6x5 to 8x5. Now I'm just going to show you. It has a different name, but it's the exact same property. Not Labrador essence, angular essence that you find in your Rainbow Moonstone. And I can show you that in this particular... Right, there you go. Exactly the same, only instead of getting the kind of pebble greys, you've got the icy whites. So really, really popular. And then just to bring it all together, your clear quartz round. So the ultimate accent, and actually I can instantly see the colour tones from the angular essence and the Labrador essence bouncing onto the surface of the clear quartz. 3 individual strands from our Gems of Distinction range. Again, amazing price point. Even if you were to buy them individually, it'd be $10.95. But of course, this is a treble deal. So we've taken them, we've bundled them together to create a wholesale opportunity. I'll tell you what, this is a wholesale opportunity and a half.
What?
They're all over 30 centimetres in length. They're all the same shape, so they're going to create really cohesive designs. Two of these strands have got these phenomenal optical properties. Let me just show you that Labrador essence again. I know that most people are aware of this because they've fallen in love with it. They've voted it as their favourite gemstone. But look at that.
How is there any of that still left already?
I'm amazed that people aren't. Are these
Each?
the correct strands they've sent down? Are you sure? It's quality. Producer Helena's like, I know it is phenomenal for $6.95. There you go. Everyone's woke up now. Most people buying, not most, an exaggeration. A lot of people multi-buying, I will say.
It would be rude not to.
We have created a little bit of a backlog in the call centre just because of the value we're offering you. That is our job, of course, here at the Genuine Gemstone Company. And as ever, the call centre working through the calls as quickly as they can. Don't worry, they're on it. And as soon as I finish here in 9 minutes' time, the mother of my children will go and whip them all into shape because she runs the call centre.
Oh, does she?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's a family-run business from top to bottom here.
So are they here somewhere, your children as well?
No, they're at home. I've got to cycle home so she can go and come in through the evening and run the call centre. There you go. A lovely family feel.
So anyone in the Redditch area seeing this mad thing go streaking past on a bike, it's Ed on his way home.
That's it. I won't be streaking.
No. Well, when I say streaking, I mean going fast.
Sorry. I'm messing around, but one thing we're taking serious is giving you genuine gemstones for amazing prices. That is really impressive, Helena. That is a fantastic bundle.
That is
amazing. Where did I get it from again? On the T-bar. Well done. You can see my brain stopping to work. Stopping working now.
That's
right,
amazing.
Labradorite again, because so many people are missing out on these Labradorite deals. But don't worry, we can cater for everyone. I'll tell you what, the quality of the Labradorite, no wonder it keeps retaining its title, because year on year the quality seems to improve, and that is, well, quite difficult I suppose, because the quality's already phenomenal, and yet every single year we see an increase in the, I suppose, the quality, but also it's been enhanced on this particular strand, hasn't it? Because the way the Labradorite has sort of, I think, affected the way the Labrador essence comes across. I think when you get the polished varieties, you see it kind of like an inner glow.
I was going to say it's almost below the surface, isn't it?
When it's been faceted, it really brings it to the top of the
Yeah.
gemstone, doesn't it? Absolutely fantastic. So again, you've got the electric blues and the golds and the greens, even the violet tones coming through here as well. Really, really impressive. As always, our studio lights are never going to do a genuine gemstone justice. You need to see it with that one focused light source. I mean, daylight, this is going to come alive. Incandescent light, you're going to get variations in the colour tone, the depth of colour. Perfect for masculine designs, I would say. Oh. Because of that, you know, the kind of...
yeah, you can. You've got that base
storm
grey.
Cloud grey. Yeah, as opposed to the pebble grey. You've got a real depth to the grey tone there. I just think it looks gorgeous. I mean, look at that. That is phenomenal, isn't it?
Blue one. Do you know what I want to do with that?
Oh, hit me. I like it.
Go on. And I'd probably get two. I literally, because it's so beautiful, all clustered. You could do the classic cluster drops.
Of course.
Would be absolutely perfect for that. I want to take that strand. I'd restrand it, push them on as crammed on as they are on that one.
Nice.
And literally have it as a bracelet so that they go in either way.
Nice.
So just like that, on your wrist, restrand it, put a clasp on it. Oh my goodness. That is going to flash.
Just by straightening it out then, pulling it tight, you're always getting the effect. So, excuse my sort of hairy wrist.
But amazing. Really push them up close. Oh my goodness, that would look incredible. And you could do the same with a choker.
Oh, no, that really
get two strands, do the same with the choker. Oh my gosh, that would look $1 million.
Our expert designer's back on the phone lines grabbing this one. There you go. Just realised we haven't even put the price point on screen. We've got so many people coming through. And not only have we not put a price on screen, but we haven't given you a designer inspiration price reduction yet either. So should be $17.95. Producer Helena is not going to let you down. Whoa, hefty price reductions today.
Wow, that is so affordable to get the two and to do the choker and the bracelet. Oh,
There you go. Oh,
Beautiful.
you really do need to check out your baskets on this one. We've got limited availability. There you go. Helen's been inspired by you there. She's grabbing 2, or maybe you already had a design in mind, Helen. I had 35 of these. I can tell you, looks like it's going to be a sellout. There's already about 25 people in their basket, so please check out immediately to avoid disappointment. $11.95 for 100 carats of Labradorite. Okay, I'm going to leave that one with you. And on that note, I am going to say a massive thank you to everybody who's been putting together the show so far today, so the morning crew and the afternoon crew. Massive thank you to Deb for joining me from 9 to 1. Massive thank you to Alison for inspiring us. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, everybody. And Happy New Year, everyone at home. That was the lovely Becky.
Hello, lovely.
And Happy New Year to you, Becky.
Happy New Year, gorgeous.
Well,
how are you?
I'm absolutely knackered. So I'm going to head off now.
Go home,
I'm going to leave it to you.
Feet up. Feet up.
And I can tell you now, everyone is buying in force.
Oh,
so
good.
they're just going to be
That's
adding
what
to
we
their
like.
orders all night.
That's what we like.
I'll just grab Jackie's competition prize, and I'll leave you to it.
See you later.
Have fun.
lovely.
See you later, guys.
Bye-bye.
Nice one.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Designer Inspiration again. My name is Rebecca Redican. Me and the lovely Ed are doing a bit of a half and half skis today. So you've got me for the next 6 hours. But don't worry, sweetening the pot is this gorgeous lady. I'm so excited to be on with you. Hello.
I'm here till 9, am I?
What? Yes, you are, aren't you? Yeah, that's what I'm definitely. That's what you think. Hello, gorgeous.
Hello.
How are
Happy
you?
New Year to you,
Happy
sweetie.
New Year. How was your evening?
All right, yeah.
What did you do? Fill me in.
Well, I went round to friends.
Yeah.
But we had a bit of a board gaming party thing going on.
I love that.
But it got renamed.
Go on.
It became the After Award Party.
Oh, I know. How did you? How did you feel?
Oh, bless. It was so lovely.
Really?
I was like, oh, because my mum phoned me up in tears, and I was like, don't make me cry. It's a good thing, Mum. It's a good thing.
Oh, completely
Loved
deserved.
it. Absolutely
Completely
amazing.
deserved.
I can't thank everybody enough.
Oh, bless. Well, thank you. It's your amazing inspiration that's done it. And we've got more amazing inspiration coming up from Alison Tarry right now. What are we doing, producer Helena? Straight into designer inspiration. Perfect. Now, obviously, I've not had a chance to have a little look at your pieces. So tell me, please, what are we expecting from this designer inspiration?
Right, well, the first inspiration, we've done very basic weaves.
Yeah.
And wrapped some cabs with it. We've now increased more wire into the weaves and taken it up another level.
Okay.
And done some slightly different pieces with it. So that's what we're doing. And I plan early in January, we've got another show, and we're going to take the wire weaving the next 2 steps
to
for people to do.
Level.
Yeah.
Wonderful. What kind of look have you created with this kit then?
I've got varied, really. We've got a ring. Gee, did I know you were coming on
Yes.
I've actually done a brooch, a bangle, a pendant, and another bangle as well. So.
Oh my goodness, look at those. Oh, they are absolutely beautiful. Oh, I cannot wait. I am so excited. Now, I have got Alison Tarry for the next 2 hours. Of course, do message us in, 60777, so you texted the word JM Studio. And for the final hour of the designer inspiration, so about an hour's time, we're going to have a whole section based upon the fashions of this year, the fashions of the future. We're going to be having a look at Pantone, which I'm sure as a lot of you will know, kind of glass themselves, I suppose, as the fashion-forward kind of colour palette and colour scheme that they put together. So we're going to be looking at that, which means you can get gemstones that mix in with the Pantone colours, which means that you can create some really in style, in vogue pieces yourself at home. So that's coming up for you in about an hour or so. But first off, let's get our hands on the pieces for this kit, please. Lots and lots of lovely wire in this, and actually I've got these coming up as well, 100 metres on each reel. They're going to be separately, but they're coming up in the next hour or so.
Are they 50 metres or 100?
Oh, I don't know, they might be 50. Are they 50? 50 metres. 50. I thought you were just going, hi. I was like, hello, I've said hello already. So let's have a little look at what we've got in this kit, shall we? Your wire, first off. Silver colour all the way through this. We have got 1.5 mil. This is our thickest gauge that we currently do here at JewelleryMaker. Super sturdy, super strong, but really malleable at the same time. Great for structural work, this is. You've also got in here your gauge down, which is a 1.25. A little bit more malleable, a little bit thinner, but still really great for structural work and things like bangles, which of course we'll be seeing a little bit more of later on today. I've also got for you some 0.4 in the silver as well. You've got 10 metres worth on that reel. And lastly, but by no means leastly, my favourite, 15 metres on this. This is our 0.25. It's in a new reel. 15 metres worth of this 0.25 we have here today. So from your really structural to your really malleable, great for weaving, you've got something to cover all bases there. So 40 metres worth going on there. Oh, wow. Your gemstones in here.
I know.
Now already this is a high-end kit. We know that already. You've got some of the thickest gauges of wires in here. We know this is high-end. The fact that you've also got your pearls in there and your emeralds coming up as well, you need to be setting your mind for a high price point, because this is a seriously luxury kit. It even says it actually in the title, structured luxury, and it truly, truly is. Here is a beautiful piece of luxury, mainly due to the fact that it's an unusual gemstone for us to actually have in a kit with your apatite. Doesn't happen that often, and when it does, we try and bring you the best possible quality we can, and we most certainly have with this. That tone is exquisite. It is that sky blue topaz, that sky blue apatite colouring, isn't it? The clarity, it's beautifully eye clear, it truly, truly is, and the saturation itself is beautiful because it's mimicked throughout. It's very pretty. There's not areas where it's really, really dark and then it kind of lightens up in the saturation. It's a beautiful kind of range across the whole strand. You have got a graduation on this strand as well, which makes it super duper usable. You've got from a 2 mil to a 3 mil on these, and they are your perfect plain rounds. Great for a little accent, but actually they're so impactful due to that gorgeous colouring. It is a very, very subtle yet eye-catching accent, if that makes sense. You have got 25 carats worth on that strand. I've then got for you February's birthstone. Oh, gorgeous amethyst. When we think about amethyst, you're going to be thinking of these beautiful, rich, powerful, deep tones, and that's what we've got here. You have got these buttons. They're 3 to 7 mil, and as you can see, they are the plain style. Now that means that you get this beautiful impact of light when it hits that front surface, almost the table of these, if you will. You get a real beautiful impact of that that's then subtly almost melted out as you just roll around the corners of each of these. It's very, very pretty. 45 carats worth we have on there, and you've got about a 30 centimetre strand. Oh, I've then got Helena's favourite, your pearls. Oh, can you get anything much sweeter than this, really? Beautiful, purest of colours in that delicate white freshwater pearl what we have here. You've got 4 to 5 mil on these ones. They are delicate in their size, but even though they're around 5 mil. But the fact of the matter is the colouring, although it is a very delicate, very pure white, you've got a gorgeous array of your pearlescence over these. Pinks, teals, golds I can see spanning around this, and all of that of course is to do with the orient and the way that the light is refracted across the orient, across the surface of these, due to that build-up of necro over many, many, many years. Gorgeous strand, very beautiful. This, I guess, would generally be the type of strand that we'd be bringing to you around the $7.95 mark, mainly because they are delicate, of course, but the smoothness of these and that very much sought after white colour as well. This would be that kind of $7.95 strand, I would imagine. And lastly, but by no means leastly, one of your big four. Now, can I just say, for anyone who is tuning in for the first time, I know around this time of year we get loads of new customers because you'll have had friends and family introducing you to the channel. If you are new, Happy New Year to you all. We very rarely get to bring you any of the big four in our kits because obviously, as you can imagine, it does hike the price up dramatically. We are bringing you an amazing strand of emerald today. I just want to point out to you that this is real deal, genuine emerald. This is one of Mother Nature's finest finest, and it is in this stunning shaded variety. If you're looking for archetypal colouring of that gorgeous, deep, rich emerald, then you have got it in abundance on a lot of this strand. You have got a massive carat weight, 45 carats worth of emerald. That is a huge carat weight. If you think when you see, you know, say emerald earrings on the high street or an emerald ring, a lot of the time you'll be looking at half a carat, sometimes a carat, but you've got 45 carats worth on this strand. That is a serious amount of this beautiful, beautiful gem. Am I right in guessing that this might be natural in my appearance? It is natural. So already that is hiking the price up again, actually, isn't it? Because we've got that, the average for a natural emerald will be a 50% price hike. That's what you'd expect anyway. I've already got quite a few of these gone. There's already plenty in baskets. Can I have a quantity check what we're starting with? Okay, this is a heads up. 56 of these, that's it. Now that's mainly able to get 56 of the entire kit, so I cannot encourage you enough to get yourself on the phone. It's a new start, and let's start it with luxury like emeralds, luxury like those stunning purest pearls, luxury like this deep, rich but beautifully clear amethyst, and beauty and elegance and luxury like this very rarely seen sky beautiful blue apatite. I've also got, don't forget, all of your wire, your 0.5, your 0.25, your 1.5, your 1.2, 0.4 and your 0.5. The two thickest gauges here, so that's luxurious in the wire world because there's so much more metal in there. Lots of you have all checked out. Congratulations to everyone who's already got it. You've all bought it at this price. You've all bought it at this price because you know that that is our start price, and you know on Designer Inspiration we'll drop it as low as we can. This is luxury, this is high end, so a lot of you probably weren't even expecting that low of a price point. I am going to take some money off this for you. I'm going to go under £40 for emerald, for beautiful pearls, for amethyst. Loads of you coming in now. I'm actually taking under £30. You've just done a massive gasp and actually put down your broom. Now that is serious.
It is serious. I didn't expect it to go under £30.
Nope.
Wow.
I don't think anyone did.
That apatite. Oh, that apatite is so delicate. It's beautiful. You get those gems. And for me, a wire worker, to say this, those gems, I could have just gone away and played with those gems without the wire and been perfectly happy.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I got wire too.
There's so many of you coming in for this. Your name has gone up on the screen. Nobody expected that price point. I did try and give you a heads up with the kind of, you know, the price that we had earlier. Loads of you coming in for this.
Because I get so busy and then it's like, days have gone by and I'm like, oh.
There's so many, it's hard to catch up with that sort of thing. So New Year's resolution.
Yeah.
Well, you said it on air now, so everyone's going to be keeping an eye on that.
Because so many people have sent me messages and I'm like, I must this weekend catch up with everyone and say thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Oh, bless you. I just have to say that I've got, how many left? Did you say 3? 3 left. 3. I'm so sorry about that. Your names have gone off my screen twice. I'm not surprised at all, but what I will say is I have got some treats coming up for you now. Which, should I bring them in now, Helena? Probably. We are a shopping channel. Hi, Cass. Hi. Go on. Pop that wire down, love. Yeah. Thank you. How was your New Year's?
Yeah, it was good.
Good.
With family.
With family. How nice is that? Now, because we are a shopping channel and we're about to sell out of this in probably about 4 seconds, I am going to have to quickly bring something else to you, but I'll get it done really, really quick. Wire. Let's do the copper coloured wire, shall we? Because it is beautiful. 50 metres worth we have on this spool, and it is your 0.8. Brilliant. Now, why is that such a great gauge?
It's strong enough to be structural, and it's, well, I've been wire wrapping with 0.8 this morning. Yeah. Around the thicker gauges, so it's also malleable enough to wire wrap with. So it's not common to wire wrap with it. No, but with the big chunky wires, it wraps perfectly around them. That's fab. It's great. It's very versatile.
A really versatile wire for you here then. And you have got the 50 metre spool. I've not seen the 50 metre spool, so I'll be honest, I haven't got a clue what price to expect. But the great thing about a 50 metre spool is, of course, it's going to be more affordable for some people who perhaps purchasing the 100 metres reels is a little bit too much, but let's face it, especially with really versatile kind of workable 0.8s and gauges similar to that, sometimes 10 metres just isn't enough, is it? So this is the perfect midway point on that. It is your golden coloured, that beautiful copper coloured copper wire. You've got your 0.8 on here, 50 metres worth. I don't know what price it's going to be. Let's see, shall we? For you today, 50 metres is just... That is so affordable, isn't it?
It's cracking, and 50 metres goes quite a long way.
Yeah.
And can I say, do you remember on Saturday? Oh, last year.
I remember last year. Yeah, last year.
We had those pearls with the copper that I fell in love with in the kit.
In love, yes.
Look at that apatite with that copper.
That
Isn't that stunning?
has just woken up, hasn't it?
Yeah.
That is absolutely stunning.
Pearls I had in the kit last Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
And this apatite just make that copper zing.
Zing. It pops.
They just a match made in heaven.
Oh, so if you did manage to get your hands on that kit, then do add this to your order, because you've seen how well it goes with that. It's almost impossible to say no to. And £14.95 for you today. Okay, lovely Alison, let's get started.
Can I just say before we get started?
Of course you can.
I have
loads left.
all this left. And I've left these all on here like this because these have all come out of the same kit. I haven't used the spare kit. I haven't touched this because when we do designer inspirations, we
get given two.
Yeah, so we get the kit to make the things with, and then the kit to make the bits with. Yeah. So, but I got all this, and I've still got loads left, and I've got loads of gemstones left too.
That's absolutely astonishing, isn't it?
Brilliant, amazing, amazing.
So it goes
kit.
really far then.
Yeah, yeah.
Fab.
That's brilliant.
Which piece are we going to be creating first off?
Well, first off, I'm going to go back to Saturday again.
Lovely.
Where we had our little bangle.
This was the bangle that we learnt to make that was super easy.
Yeah.
Done in moments, really, wasn't it?
Absolutely. And what I want to show you is, because we talked about putting gemstones in, and there was a couple of people on the Wall of Fame, I think yesterday, who'd done some. Brilliant. I love seeing it. It's fantastic. Anyway, so what I wanted to show you is what I did with the emeralds.
Okay.
It's a very simple technique for those people. It's like we said, there's a lot of new people to JewelleryMaker over the period, the Christmas period.
Yeah.
And so we decided January the 1st, you really don't want to be doing something brain taxing today, do you?
No,
if you can help
probably not. If you can avoid it at all costs, then do.
You really just want us to kick back and relax, don't you? So I used the emeralds because I love the shades. So I've actually done, I've not colour graded them properly.
No.
But I've kind of done darker shades and lighter shades on it. So I've sort of twinned it. So if I can get into it.
And that does actually give you a beautiful
all these
effect.
Emeralds left. All of these emeralds left.
Such a massive amount. There's loads of you coming in for that copper colour wire still. The queues on the phone have gone down, so if you're wrong and you're in a queue and you're a bit, then they've pretty much dispersed now, so do get yourself on the phone if you want to.
Right. This is the 0.25.
Okay.
This is my snips. Found them. Right, and what I did, now I've done them slightly differently. In the top one, I actually wire wrapped that little one in the technique we did earlier, which is a figure of 8.
Right.
So I filled that in with the 0.25, and then I started. So I've done every one of the one side. I can't remember which side I did it.
I see.
And every one of the opposite side. So you're
lower.
Yeah, each of those loops I've filled in.
I see.
And to fill them in with this, you're doing the same technique, but you're taking it on a step. So we're still doing the figure of 8 with the extra loop, but I'm going to start off with my 4. Now, if you're using the 0.25, I would do 4 or 5 loops to start with, rather than just 2 or 3.
Okay, extra security.
Yeah. Okay, then I'm going to put, hopefully. Here we go. Right, this is Mark's technique. Little stones onto thin wire.
Transfer.
Yeah. Take it right to the end of the wire.
Of your temporary
Put your wire there, and as you slowly slide the wire out, it should slowly slide on. And if you're like me and can't find them, can't find the holes, especially when you're in the studio, because you can never find the holes of things.
No, because the lights in here are blinding.
Or you end up chasing them round the table like that. Right, so you want 2 or 3 on, depending on how big. That might be too many. Okay, So that one's one too many. Just so that it fits within that gap. So you've done your loops, then you're going to come round and do your 2 loops that side.
Yeah.
Now, because we've got that gap, that bulk, if you like, of the stone, I'm going to carry on wrapping till we've gone a little bit further. So all we're doing is adding from, I know you weren't here earlier, so if you didn't see the earlier one, we went round once, we went over the top, round once, back through the middle. Over the bottom, round once, through the middle. So now instead of just doing round once, we're going to do round 3 or 4 times, just to fetch the wire along a bit.
To give you a bit more space there.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they'd butt up too much, wouldn't they?
So we're just going to wrap a few times. Now, if you ease that apart slightly, we'll wrap a few times round, and then we'll ignore those that are loose and feed some more on. Now, you could, you know, you could have it completely random. You could have it so that it's, see, it works every time. I think he has such good practical tips. Right, so this one's going to have 1 in, and then we're going to wrap it round several times, and again I'm going to ease that open so we get it nice and flat. Push it up, and then put your last bead in the gap and wrap round, and then you're going to wrap 4 or 5 times round just to finish it off, and you do that for each of the, just bear with me, each of the gaps. Right, so push that in, and then we can snip it off. Now, you don't want it loose, so make sure you snip it off tidily. With the 0.25, what I've found sometimes, people say to me, but it unravels. Because it's a finer wire, it doesn't have the same structural integrity that the 0.4 has. And it's amazing, I find when I use the 0.25, when I go back to the 0.4, my gosh, it seems stiff.
Big difference.
Yeah, and you think, oh my gosh, this is stiff. And you think, and the same way, because I've been using the big gauges, because the other kit had big gauges in, so I've been manipulating those, and then I went to the 0.8 and went, oh my gosh, this feels like butter. It's so funny. Yeah. It's so funny. But what if you're unsure about whether this would stay, I would put your teeny dab of glue or nail varnish just on the end, teeniest little bit, to secure that end in place. Okay. It shouldn't come undone. If you've wrapped it tight, it should not come undone. But if you want that added security, then just do that. Okay. Be careful not to get it on your stones, but just dab it. So you do that, and then you squidge it back up for each of your gaps, and that gives you the shaded emerald bracelet.
How beautiful is that?
That's a bit big for you, that one. Oh dear.
Isn't that gorgeous?
Bad planning, that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, but the ring won't be, or else, Tarry.
Might be an end.
That is, oh, perfect. That is stunning, isn't it? Yeah. I love how you've done those different colours. It really makes it pop, doesn't it?
Yeah. Now, for you, that would be perfect, slid up your arm.
Oh, yes, it would. Yeah. Oh, I love that idea. Yeah.
So it's versatile as well. Because it completely, I love these, they're great. Like I said on the Saturday. They're your money maker type things. So that's the first technique, because we're going to whiz through all of them.
Wonderful, fab. So that's your first one done and dusted. And whilst we're looking at kind of structural wires, let's bring you a little bit of structural in the twist. Ooh. But this is about to get a little bit better, because
fab.
They are back in stock. I've not seen these in such a long time. These are your round nose pliers, but then your nylon jawed round nose pliers. Take a little look at them, and then we'll take a look in a little bit closer detail in a moment. They are wonderful. They truly are. These, please don't forget for me, these are your professional jewellery making tools. These are the types of pieces that you're going to need to extend what you already have. So perhaps you've already purchased with us, you know, your starter jewellery maker toolkit. Maybe you've even got the large jewellery maker toolkit. It's pieces like these that will take you to the next level in your jewellery making. Have you ever had that time whereby, in particular actually, when you're making loops, say, you know, at the end of your coloured wire in particular, or even just on your non-coloured wire, it can scratch and it can graze with your usual metal. This has got that added protection of the nylon. So many of you coming in for these. Alison, Tarry, why are these important for you?
Perfect to make something like this.
To make that bangle?
To make that bangle, which you could also make out of the twisted wire.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Yeah.
Is it still, that's still going to be doable?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Fab.
Absolutely, it just gives you a little bit of a different dimension to it.
Yeah.
Oh, you certainly can.
Going to make it seriously sturdy as well, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
The twisted wire, by the way, is your 1 mil, and it's 10 metres worth, so that's 2 1 mils twisted together, so super duper strong and sturdy. So why are these so much love? Why are the names just about to go off my screen before I've even got the price in?
Because they take that little bit more care with your wire.
Yeah.
With the best will in the world. Now with the thicker wires, let me show you on a piece of this. I know it's silver. The silver is less likely to mark.
Of course.
Of the silver and the gold of all the wires.
Yeah.
If I could borrow those.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right. However, even doing that, when you've got the thicker wires, you're automatically applying more pressure.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're holding it tighter, and the slightest bit of pull when you're twisting it, then you could mark it.
Yes.
Because you've got to hold it a little bit. I'm not saying it's not, oh my gosh, I can't do this, you know, I've got to get the pliers.
No.
But you do have to hold it firmer. So if you've got these and you do that, you're not worried about opening them because you think, oh, I don't want to open them and close them a bit further round.
Yeah.
You're not going to mark that at all.
No.
Not a mark.
It's staying smooth. You've got no scratches in there because, of course, when we're talking about coloured wire, your colour can come off easily for certain colours and for perhaps for certain tools. If you are working with the thicker gauges and your pressure's not quite right, it can be really, really easy to mark. But even with the ones that don't mark that easily colour-wise, you get the scratches.
Yep, you can. Yeah, it's not so much the colour coming off, but you damage the wire.
Yes, absolutely.
You can damage the wire. So these are great. I've got the flat ones, which I use. I'll show you how much I use my flat ones because they're actually quite grooved now.
Yeah.
I really should be looking for some new ones. But I've had these. Now I started with JewelleryMaker. My mum started with JewelleryMaker from day one.
Yeah.
Because she's a Gems customer.
Yeah.
So she started straight away. I probably started about a month after the channel started.
Okay.
And I got these not long after I got my toolkit.
Wow.
So that's what, nearly 5 years ago.
Probably sort of 4.5, 5 years.
I might owe them a retirement, but they're still going.
They're still working. They're still going perfectly.
But these are great for doing, because those obviously you can't do
Curves with. Your rounds with, no.
So you can't do your loops, and they go, you know, they're quite narrow at the top.
Yes.
So you can do your little loops and things on your more delicates.
You've still got that precision point in there.
Yeah. So yeah, and again, all the new ones seem to be having this. I love this.
Comfort.
Thank you.
The
comfort grip. As someone who does a lot of wire work,
of course,
if you're sitting there constantly doing it. Excuse me, sorry.
No, don't worry. Just to let you know, half my stock's gone on this now.
It can, with the best will in the world, it gets me by there.
Yeah,
you can
in this section.
I can if I forget the time and carry on doing it, I can get myself a blister.
Yeah.
These, no, not going to happen.
No.
So nice, and that spring's really springy, which is very, very useful.
It is really important, actually, isn't it? And the fact that the spring is the 2 levers that we have as well makes it different. So let me show you these 2 together. You've got the back in stock nylon jaw round nose, and you've got 10 meters worth of your twisted ice blue and navy. Your price point should be. Fact of the matter is, these are back in stock, so realistically we don't have to do a price discount, but we're going to, because it's producer Helena, she likes doing this. Your price point today isn't $11.90, it's actually just $9.95 for you today. You'd be looking at probably paying that for tools like this in locations, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
They are the comfort grip, which means they've got a bit of a squidge. They've also got a little bit of texture to them, which means they don't rub. They're not as likely to kind of run away with themselves. And also the spring is really important to note as well, because it is super duper strong. You can see that instantly, and that is important because if you've ever used your jewellery making tools or even just use your normal tools and you've got to that point where it sticks there and you almost have to sort of prise them apart, that's not going to be an issue with these at all. These are going to sell out $9.95. Check out your baskets for me. These are going to sell out within a moment or 4, so do get your hands on them whilst you can. Price discount for you today, nylon jaw pliers and your twisted wire, just $9.95. That's great. So where are we going to next? Oh, honestly, I've had to try and stop myself from doing that for the last 4 minutes. What are we going on to next?
Right, let's go to the next bangle. And she can.
Really?
Yeah. That's the
Okay.
whole point of these. These are still beginner. They're still easy techniques.
Okay.
When I say...
Oh, hang on,
Go on.
Hang on. So sorry to interrupt.
It's all right.
You've run out of battery.
Oh,
What would that look like? What would that look like? There we go. Thank you, Cass. Just to say that Alison's battery's gone. We've wound her up too much. Should we have a little look at some of her pieces whilst we change battery? There you are.
Oh, that's clever.
Thank you, Cass. So this is the one that we're going to be looking at creating now. Just to let you know that the nylon drawers are going to... drawers? Jawed pliers, not nylon drawers. They are going to sell out. I've got 9 of them left. $9.95 for you now. We will put the copper wire back up on your screen for you once they sell out. So do get your hands on it if you want 50 metres worth, your 0.8. Okay, so this bangle next up.
Right. Okay. So when I what was I saying? When I ran out. Have you ever talked to someone on the phone and they've gone and you're talking for ages? And they went ages ago, their phone went dead or you lost
and you're
signal
still
and
gabbing. Oh yeah, all the time, all the time. So you were talking about how you're moving on to this one and how it's still a beginner's project.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. When I say it's a beginner's project, it's a less complicated weave.
Okay.
We all use them. When I say it's not, oh right, you'll do those as a beginner and move on to something else.
No.
You will use those forever.
Yes.
But they are good starter places.
Fab.
Okay?
Yes, I see.
Yeah, so I can think, I'm saying they're beginners. No, the ones we did earlier, I use them all the time. Sammy uses them.
They're not beginners, they're more like your essentials.
Yeah.
Your learning base.
But they're a
foundation.
starting block. They're your foundation.
Foundation.
And you build on them.
Brilliant. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
Brilliant. I just didn't want people to think, oh, well, I've got to learn this. And then
Yeah.
or people who've got more experience, they can still do it.
Yes, absolutely. Okay,
Right.
fab.
Okay.
So this is your 1.5?
This is 1.5. Again, you could, like we said earlier, you need at least 2 differences between your gauge of wire. So with the 1.25, I can wrap with the 0.8.
Yep.
Which I did on the other project. It's quite strong, it's quite sturdy. You've got to, it's not pull it round, like I say, it's, but when you're wrapping and you want it close, you're going to use your pliers rather than your thumbnails to try and push it in, because your nails will disappear.
Yeah.
Unless you've got super strong nails. And I've got, excuse my nails, they're rubbish. I've been doing a lot of wire work.
I was just about to say they look nice, blimey.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, they do.
Right, so I hold my tail again, leave it on the reel. I'm going to start with about 4 wraps.
So have you got about 25 centimetres worth of the 1.25?
This is just a length.
It's just a length, whatever you need.
Yes, I haven't cut it for the length of the bangle.
Okay.
I would want longer than that.
Probably about 35 maybe, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Okay, fab.
So when you think about it, if you pop it over here.
Yeah.
Sorry. You want, that's the wrist. So you want however much to go round. So if you've got a nice dainty little wrist of a 6 or something, you know, that needs to be 6 inches.
Okay.
If you've got a bigger one, you need a lot more.
Yeah.
And then decide how much of a flourish you're going to have.
Okay.
So you need to add that on both sides.
Got you.
So yeah, sorry, I can't do it in centimetres.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
So that would be 10, 12 centimetres. You're looking at that sort of area. Plus you want a little loop at the end. So I would go for maybe 13 centimetres.
For the end sections, inches.
13 inches.
Yeah, okay, fab.
For the whole thing.
Fab, brilliant. Okay. Thank you.
Right, so we've wrapped our 4 on. We're then going to add in our second one. Oh,
that is
pretty.
It's
quite, could almost like slightly bridle on it, couldn't you? 2 and 3, and go round the bottom 2 twice. Then we're going to come round between 1 and 2 and go round the bottom 1 3 times.
Okay.
I should have done this in another colour again like I did earlier. 4 times, sorry. And I'm going to push this, because this is only 0.4 wire. I'm going to push that up so that it's neat.
Okay.
Okay, we'll do that again. So we've got our 4 starter. We're going to go round the next 2 twice. Then we're going to go around all 3 twice. Then we're going to come back down the bottom 2 twice. Then we're going to come down just on the bottom 1 and do 4 times.
Okay.
Now, the 4 times along the bottom, again, you can vary to get, and that's just distancing the little castle-y bits. Now, what I would do then, with my flat nose pliers, either a very smooth, good flat nose pliers, so that they're not going to mark it, or with your nylon pliers. Okay. My flat nose pliers are potentially smoother than my nylon pliers now, but the nylon still wouldn't mark it.
Fab.
We're going to squish.
Okay.
And I tend to do this as I go along because you can move it up, whereas if you leave it till the end and you've squished them all, they actually start gripping the wire, and you're not going to be able to move them up. So if you did want it nice and neat and close, you would struggle to do it if you left it till the end to squish it.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see there the pattern you're getting.
I see, yeah.
Yeah?
Pyramids or
Little
turrets.
pyramids.
Yeah,
and
brilliant.
you'd keep going all the way along the length of your bangle.
Okay.
With that. Okay?
Yeah.
So we'll imagine we've done that, and it's actually this weave is actually the same both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you are. Some of them have a back and a front. This is the same whichever side you come.
Lovely.
Obviously that's upside down.
But yes, but I see, I see what you mean.
Right. So when we've finished our complete length, and you've got always finish with just going round 1 wire, because then that means your wire will come between 2 wires, and that will hold it in place.
Fab.
And then you can snip off close. So I always leave the tail on until I have to get rid of it because it's in the way. Okay. So now, to do our end, literally, I've bent the wires out a bit, and excuse this one because it's not going to play the game because I've already bent it and undone it twice. Okay, and I'm just bending them out a bit, and then I'm going to put them, and this is again where I'd use the nylon pliers if I had them.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put a loop on the end, not a massive one, not like that one. We're just going to put just enough that you're going to sit one of your pearls in.
Inside there?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Now with the pearls, if I put that down, I unfortunately haven't got many pearls left because I did go quite heavily. The pearls feature in what, 3 of the pieces.
3
yeah.
of them.
So, but I have got 3 pearls left.
Yeah.
Love these tiny little pearls.
Gorgeous.
They are gorgeous.
Stunning.
Absolutely. And if you wanted to use the wire for other things,
yes,
brilliant. Strand your emeralds, intersperse your little pearls with them, put a sterling silver clasp on, and take them and get them valued. And you'll probably be surprised.
Yes. Especially at the price of that kit.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I reckon you could probably add a 0 on the end of the price of that kit.
Probably.
For the emerald and,
emerald and the pearls.
Especially if it was more heavily emerald than pearl.
Yes. Stunning, isn't it?
Yeah, it's certainly 3 figures worth. It really is.
I think I've got some pearls coming up later, haven't I? Helena. Yes, I have. Thank you, producer Helena. You look lovely today, Helena.
She does, doesn't she?
She's running. She hates being on TV. Wowzers.
Very 60s. Oh, they're nice.
Could you do something similar with these?
Yeah. I would drop them off it more.
We'll have a look at those in a little bit.
No, seriously nice. Right, so to wire wrap these on, starting with my wire, now you're going to have to cut your wire off because you want your pearls to go along.
Okay.
Sorry, starting off with my wire, I'm going to start again between 2 base strands, base wires, and I've literally just wrapped it round all 3 to anchor it and keep it out of the way. Wrap it round that 1 wire 2 or 3 times, thread your pearl on, and then fetch it back around that wire a couple of times, and then you're ready to thread your next pearl on.
Okay.
And it's as simple as that. When you're attaching gemstones to a piece. It doesn't have to be complicated.
No.
And neither do they have to fit over your base wire. So when you get your 1.25 wire and then you have nice delicate little stones, you go, but
Yeah.
how? No, you can attach them like this, and you'd carry on and then finish with one sitting in there, and then did that both outsides.
Yeah.
That one was turned that way. There we go. And then for the centre, I've actually left them raised up, and literally, as you can see by me pushing them round, that's all I did for that, was had them atop rather than by the side.
And just loops them around.
And just loop them round. And then always finish with 3 or 4 wraps round, and if you can, do it at a join or in the middle, and then you can snip it off and your wire's secured.
Good tip. Good tip.
Okay.
Can you have a little look at this for me, please?
Oh, doesn't that look gorgeous like that?
This is coming up for you right now.
There's a cuff made in heaven.
Look at that. These are top drilled, beautiful, luxurious pearls. What do you think of these?
They're beautiful. I want to make that cuff.
And look, that's with me holding. I've got so much left over at the back, I've got to say. There is so much left. That's not a piece of jewellery, no, Director Ben. It's a strand that you've got the chance to own now. How gorgeous is that?
That's a choker as well, just like that.
Just a choker
Simple
like that. Oh my gosh, let me
round.
see. I love it with that. Oh yeah.
That.
I love, look
Nice
how
drop.
eye-catching that is. That is so
amazing.
beautiful. I love it with the apatite that you've just handed over. That is stunning, isn't it? Will these work with this design we've just seen, or something similar?
Yeah, I wouldn't have them sticking up because they'd stick
They're
up.
top drilled.
But they would come out further.
Yeah.
So they'd stand further out. Rather than being round, they'd come out a bit. But
Got
it would
ya.
work perfectly.
Got ya.
Absolutely, it would work.
Could you almost do them as they are now, fanned out?
Oh yeah,
sort
you
of
could-
one either way.
Yeah. What you do is you wire wrap one on, and then you wire wrap one the other side.
On the other side.
Yeah. Absolutely.
To give it a really, really
Heavy pearl.
really heavy amount of
Luxurious.
pearls on there. This is so exceptional. Now, just look at the smoothness of these for
I
me.
know, and look at the pearlescence on them.
What colours are you seeing?
I'm seeing pinks, I'm seeing greens, I'm seeing a little bit of purplies. Oh my gosh, they are... You know when you get that bubble? You know when you get a washing up liquid bubble?
Yes.
You're getting those colours. You
Those
really
colours
are
all
getting
over.
those colours. So pretty.
Now, obviously, this is an unusual strand for us to have, so it could be quite an unusual one for you to price point in your own mind. Of course, there is so many pearls on here because we've kind of drilled them at the smallest point on many of them. That means you're getting so many. They're kind of double stacked on top of each other, aren't they? Look at that, it's just gorgeous. The smoothness is there. They're around 5 by 7 mil, so a decent size. They are one of the most sought after colours with that white colouring, and as I said, they are top drilled, so you're going to get a totally unique look from this beautiful strand. Your price point today?
Oh, we're going to Germany.
Are we?
Yeah.
Where?
Deutschland.
When? Oh, aye. You do realise that just because people buy things doesn't mean that we like pop over to their houses.
I thought I was delivery girl this week.
How amazing would it be if Alison Tarry turned up at your house? Look what I've brought
I
for
have
you.
a transit.
Oh yeah, of course
Fit
you
loads
do.
in.
Yeah, you have to be dog friendly, of
Yeah.
course. Oh, the dogs are always in the back, aren't they?
Don't mind the odd dog hair.
Yeah, fine. Not many of these left at all. Once they're sold out, we'll bring the copper wire back for you because we've got a decent quantity of this. Not many of them left for you. What I will say is we've got gold wire coming up for you, and that is luxurious. So do stay tuned. These are up for you very soon. $6.95, a handful left, and that's it. So be quick. Where are we going to next?
Right, next weave.
Next weave.
Next weave. Not next week, next weave.
Okay.
Right, the brooch. Let's go to the brooch.
This brooch pin. Let
Yeah.
me get it off the back for you so you can see it. Gosh, that's gorgeous.
I started, again, there's a couple of pieces I've done. I've started with a weave and gone, oh, what am I going to do with this bit now?
And this is what you created?
Yeah, it's great fun doing things like that. You don't always have to have an exact plan of where it's going to finish.
No.
And even if you've got an exact plan, you don't always have to expect it to finish where you expected.
Of course.
If you understand that.
Expect the unexpected with expectations.
Yeah. Never expect the Spanish Inquisition.
Or Quisition, some might say.
Yeah. Right, so again, we'll do our 4 wraps. I do 4. 2 or 3 is usually enough. I like safety. I tend to do 3, 4. I've done 4 all day today, so we'll stick with 4.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Right, we're going to go to 6.
Okay.
Because that's where I've spun the pattern. Now we're going to add the next one in. Unlike the other weaves we've done today, we're actually going to put this in front of the wire.
Okay.
Because I want the wire coming between the 2 base wires, and then it's going to start wrapping just on that one singly. So we've gone wrapped 6 times on the bottom. Between the 2 wires, we're now wrapping 6 times. Sorry.
On the next.
On the next one.
Okay.
4.
Squidging it up each time to give you that professional finish.
Yeah. And because this is the 0.4, you can do that.
Yeah.
And just tighten it off. Right, now we're going to do it again. So we're going to come forward. I'm going to put the next wire in. And then we're going to go round, if I can find that one. Just that top one now.
Okay.
And this is another design where, now if you notice, I actually kinked that one out, and you can just do that, splay them a bit. As you get nearer, you'll automatically pull it together. So we're now going to come back down the line. So we're going to go back down the middle.
Okay.
And we're going to come between the top two wires, and then do 6 just round the middle one.
Okay.
4,
5,
6. So, all of you with little children, count along.
Fab.
See, you can get the kids involved.
1.
Perfect.
We could do it that stylely, couldn't we? What?
Don't.
What?
As most people know now, I role play and board game and things like that. And there was a game back in the 80s.
Yeah, go on.
Long, that time you don't remember.
I was there. I was present at that time.
And it was sort of based around a cartoon, and someone had a character, a friend of mine, James, who did a character based on the Count.
Oh, the Count.
Oh, anyway, 1.
What?
2, yeah. And he just floored everyone. and there was about 6 of us heading up to the lakes for holiday immediately after this gaming convention.
Yeah.
And we all headed up to the lakes, and it took him about 3 days to be able to drop it. And we're walking around the lakes, and he's going, 1 swan. And we just all fall about.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So funny.
Oh, I
so
love
funny.
that.
Anyway, sorry.
I'm glad you two have a rubbish sense of humour.
Right. So I'm going to come down to the bottom one and do 3, 4, 5. As you can see, when you speed up, and you will speed up, I'm automatically sliding it down with that finger.
Yeah.
But what you will find when you start is you've got to build up your calluses.
Okay.
So you might find it starts getting a bit painful. Right, so there's your complete. I really should do it. Can you see that?
Yes, you can perfectly.
Okay, cool. So
Yeah,
there's
perfectly.
your completed pattern, if you like.
Yeah.
Excuse that top wire, that's the one I bent, unbent, changed shape, and what have you. I hate waste, so it's no point in using another one. So you would then carry on and go back up the line, and you keep going. You can use this again. It's great for ring shanks. It's great for bracelets. I think I'd planned to do a bangle style bracelet with it.
Okay.
But I don't think I'd cut enough wires, and that's how I ended up doing that. So you'd go back up. I'll just go back up one line and then show you what I did at the back with the
P.
The fastener.
The fastener. We have had a text in, haven't we? Off
One
Teresa.
text. That's what happens. It's addictive.
Ladies, you are more than welcome to come and stay over here in Germany, says Teresa in Deutschland.
Oh, fantastic.
Wait.
Where in Germany are you?
Wait, she didn't say you could stay. She said you could come here. So we're allowed into Germany. but she's not specifically saying you can stay.
I think it's having the transit on other vans are available.
Maybe, of course they are. Yeah, lots.
Like a Mercedes van.
That's the
or
one.
A Vauxhall van.
White ones.
White one. Mine's a red one.
Is it? Yes, it is. I've seen it. What are you talking about? Blue ones as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right. So once you've done that all the way along, literally, and these are 3 1.5s, so it's still bendable.
Still.
I basically got the wave formation just by holding 2 and bending.
Okay.
Okay. Now these would flip out because I haven't done that all the way along. So then, once I'd got to the end of my weave, and I'm just going to do that to hold them in place for me.
Okay.
Because otherwise it would be quite difficult to do this bit.
Okay.
So I splayed the top 2, and I actually put a bit of a coil at the back as a basis to put those little flowery bits on.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other one I made into the pin.
Okay, I can see.
So
you've made the middle one into the pin.
Yeah. Again, either with a pair of baling pliers. Blah, 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 blah.
Yes,
I've done
baling
this
pliers.
No, when have I been here? This afternoon.
This afternoon. Oh, it's got to that time, Tarry.
Oh dear. It's a shame, isn't it, when you get tired?
It's fine.
Right. Either using the nylon pliers, perfect for doing this. Your baling pliers, great for doing this. I'm going to use my little old, trusty 5-year-old
round nose
pliers. And it would have been easier with the baling pliers. I've gone all the way round and back again 180 degrees. So you're doing 1.5 times round.
Okay.
Like a nappy pin.
Yes.
Yeah. Then you want that long enough to pass the bottom of your design. Obviously mine's short on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now in the bottom I made another swirl, and again use your nylon or your baling pliers to start off, or your round nose, and you can manipulate it. Obviously it's quite hard if you've got dexterity issues. You're probably going to use a pair of pliers to do that rather than just your fingers. And then the middle one you want to make into your catch that's going to go under.
I see.
Yeah. So put it up 90 degrees, bend it back a bit. Again with something round, you want to, not quite that big, fetch it over and almost get that head pin effect, so it kicks up at the end.
Okay.
Yeah. And then if you snip it off, that's quite long. We had on one of the shows, was it Saturday with you? We had the cups, the end cup to do, yeah? So I would smooth that end off.
Okay.
And then that just sits underneath there. Obviously, my example's too short.
So on here you can see.
On the one you prepared earlier.
Yeah, on the one that I just whipped up for you. You can see on the loop over, it's where we've done that loop. We've just brought it down, and then of course that goes past the hook section here.
And then what I did is I've actually trimmed the end with my flush cutters.
Okay.
And I've got quite a point on there, so it'll go through. But it's perfect for a heavier winter
scarves, knits,
jumpers, all that sort of thing.
Love.
Brilliant.
I absolutely adore.
Do you want to know how to do the flowers?
Oh, go on. You're just weaving those onto the back.
Yeah. Oh, okay then.
No. Is that what we're? No. I mean, is that what we're doing now?
Don't need to show you, it's so obvious.
No.
So now Becky is going to demonstrate.
I wouldn't be able to do it. You're a joke.
How to do it. Very funny. You just do it like that, don't you?
No, I mean, is that what we're doing? It was like a rhetorical question. So we're just going to be weaving onto this section here. It's the bit at the back of the loops, isn't it?
All that amethyst.
It's amazing amount left. Don't forget the kit has sold out. Sorry about that.
Oh, sorry. Right. just want to, if you haven't chopped your tail off and you've got a decent length tail, you can use that. If not, just wrap another piece of wire in.
Okay.
You probably want about 15-20 centimetres. She's got the ring.
That is so comfortable.
Oh, I know, it's lovely.
Oh, I love it.
Then you want to anchor the bead onto the frame. Okay?
Yeah.
So just pop it through, go round it, pop it through again. Whoops. There it goes. Then whichever one of the smaller beads, I did all three of them. It's got pearls, emeralds and apatite. So you're going to thread them onto here. I won't do it because it'll take too long. And wrap it all the way round till they meet. But then you're going to catch it in a couple of places because otherwise it'll flip up. So you just want to anchor that thread round. So you're just going to thread them on and wrap it as tight as you can to that amethyst, and that's how you get the little flowery bits.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it's really easy to do those. And then once you've finished, again, just wrap it 3 or 4 times round.
Making sure it stays.
And snip it, and then that's anchored.
Wonderful.
Okay?
I have got for you now some of your golden coloured wire. This is just such a rich gold tone, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
It really is beautiful. I have a decent quantity of these, so get in for it whilst you can. And this is another really workable wire because it's your 0.6. Now I need to let you know I've got a decent enough quantity of these, but maybe still not as many as we would like, because it is now a gold colour and we know that that is one of your favourite colours when it comes to wire. Worth we have here. You know, 6, I know you work with a lot.
Yeah. I use my 0.6. I'll wire wrap with it. I'll use it for filling in.
Yes.
You can make scrolls with it to fill in. If you've got a frame, you can use the 0.6 to make your scrolls with. They are thinner, so you get a slightly different effect.
Yeah.
They're not as bulky, so they give you a little bit more delicate effect. You can wire wrap with it. A lot of our pearls go on 0.6 wire.
It's amazing, isn't it?
I know.
It's amazing.
So it is a versatile wire, and I make rings with it. And you can do the tiara technique with it.
There's so much you could do with this. Loads of you are already coming in. I've actually only got 48 left now, I'm being told, and it's $9.95 for you today. 50. What do you think of that?
That is brilliant.
It's great, isn't it? And it's 50 metres worth, so it's lovely. If you don't want to fork out for maybe 100 metres, but 10 metres isn't enough for you, 50 metres at that price is truly astonishing. Not many of these left. Once they're gone, we will be bringing the copper in, which actually work quite nicely together colour-wise, don't they?
Beautiful.
So these will come back once this sells out. I've not got many of these left now. Heading towards my last chance saloon at $9.95 for you. Okay, lovely. Are we on to this one?
We're
now?
on to that one. Do you want to do that one,
Oh my gosh, I just am in love with
I
it.
haven't got time. Sorry, we're moving on now, ladies and gentlemen.
I know that people will message in about this. How stunning is this? We're going to learn how to create this now.
I love, as people might have noticed by now, I love rings like this. I don't do bulky, sticky up rings.
No.
Which I don't have anything wrong with. They can look stunning, and I've made some using some of the Connoisseur in the cut collection.
Yes, the cuts, yeah.
Love it. I love making them. I can't wear them. My mum does, my sister does. I can't wear big, tall carat weight because I knock them.
Okay.
I'm a complete klutz. I've got dogs. The lead will catch it. I'll knock it on the door. What a waste.
Yeah.
Those I find so comfy.
They really are.
And you can really play about with the styles.
I love them.
I know.
Fab.
Right, so
3 pieces of wire again.
3 pieces of wire again. Like I say, we kind of moved off. All the morning one was on 2 pieces of wire, so we've added in an extra element.
Brilliant.
Right, again, another simple weave.
Okay.
These haven't got, with the exception of the one where we're doing, the last one we were doing, we haven't got much counting to do with this. Okay? So hold my tail. I'll do it this way. Hold my tail, wrap round, 1, 2, 3, however many. Doesn't matter for this pattern.
Okay.
Add in the next one. We're going to wrap round twice. Now I'm not going to pull this tight because I want that gap. If you pull it really tight, you won't be able to push your wires up.
Okay.
Okay? So wrap round twice, come through the gap. So you're coming through between those 2 wires. Add your next one on. wrap around the top 2. Okay, we're then going to come twice, sorry, we're then going to come through the top, the gap. I'm going to bend those out again just to make it easier. We're going to go through the gap, and now we start our pattern. Down, do the bottom 2 twice,
Yes.
through the gap. Top 2 twice, through the gap. Bottom 2 twice. That's it, that's your pattern, through the gap. Top 2 twice, and that goes all the way around the shank, through the gap. Someone I saw yesterday tried it on because they were having a pre-nosy at the post party.
Lovely.
They were having a pre-nosy, and they went, I wouldn't have expected that to be so comfy.
It really
because
is.
of all the wire wrapping, and it is. Now this is one that does look different, front and back.
Okay.
Okay, so your front is your pattern per se. Okay, so up 2, down 2, up 2, down 2, up 2, down 2.
Yeah, got you.
If I turn it over, because we've wrapped once, you get a slightly different pattern.
Yes.
Still a perfectly valid pattern.
It's nice actually.
Yeah, you can sometimes, instead of going through the gap, you can come down to the bottom gap. Or come all the way down. You can play with it.
Okay.
But, so it's not wrong. That's not the wrong side. It's
just a different look.
Yeah. So you do that along. Now, again, length depends on how big your finger is that you want it for. So I can't really say, oh, do it that long.
No.
What I would do, if you're unsure, get your ring mandrel, wrap a piece of wire around your ring mandrel,
Yeah.
and have that piece, put a little kink in it, open it up, that's the length you need. Okay?
Fab. Tip.
So, once you've done it, I'm going to snip that on, but I would leave it. We're then going to make our circle. Now, I haven't got my ring mandrel with me. I've lost 2 ring mandrels.
Ow.
And we've got none in stock.
What a nightmare.
That's not ours. So, I'm going to use my finger to shape 1.5 wire. I might not be able to get it off. Right. So that's about an N. It's a slightly dodgy N.
Okay.
But that's about an N.
Right.
That's how I know they'll fit you, because I put them on my little finger. And that's a big finger.
I love that.
Right. So then all I did was I took these and I stuck them together. Splayed them out to come up the top. And then, that's a bit long. Oh, bing. I'll not aim it at you. Okay, so I've cut those off, and then we start wire wrapping with the gemstones.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to chop off a bit of wire to show you how I did that. I'll anchor this one in. So I've gone round, twice round the side, once through the middle, twice round the outside. Back through the gap, once round the middle, back through the gap, twice round the outside. Back through the gap, once through the middle, back through the gap, twice round the outside. Then you'd start adding in, because your beads, once you get to the gap where your beads will fit,
Yeah.
then you can start adding in your beads.
Okay.
And literally, you're going twice round the outside, add a bead in. Wrap round the middle, add a bead in. Twice round the outside, add a bead in. Now you'll have to be adding in slightly more. So however wide your bead is, you'll need to wrap that round the outside. So you might need to wrap, if I stick one on.
You might need to wrap a couple to...
Yeah. And again, it's really going to depend. The emeralds, because they're rondelles, would take less space than these absolutely gorgeous. I love these apatite.
Stunning.
Yeah. Okay, so pop the apatite on, through the gap, wrap round. Then you'd pop another one on, through the gap, and wrap round. So as you can see, they're sort of going almost in an archway.
They do a little bit, yeah.
And that's because we need to wrap it round more to then be able to add the next one on, to straighten it out almost. So and again, you're going to have to play by ear depending on how many, how big your beads are.
Okay.
Really is dependent. And the same with, do you have 1 bead or 2 beads?
Depending on the
Depends
fit.
on how wide that is. So
Okay.
that's probably just about ready to have 2 beads. And you can play with patterns here. If you've got different coloured beads, you can start mixing up the patterns, or you can have it random, or, you know, if you've got a random, you know those sapphire strands where it comes in multicolours?
Yes, I know what you mean.
You could actually do it so it graduates through the colours, like the rainbow going
that's
up
a
your
lovely
finger.
idea.
Wouldn't that look great? So you keep
High
doing
end.
it. Oh yeah, I think I'd want to do it with sterling.
Yeah,
if I was doing
possibly,
it with the sapphires, but when I do sterling silver now, maybe it's just me trying out a new.
Try
That's
this
what you
out.
want to do. Yeah.
Okay.
So the other side, of course. Sorry, I would have bent it so that it went that way round.
Okay, yeah.
Which I didn't tell you.
So just bend it once you've done those.
You can bend it once you've done those, but it's easier if you bend those round with this sitting on the mandrel first, and the same with the bottom ones. Okay. And all I did there was stagger them, so let me just get rid of that piece of wire out of the way. And I literally trimmed that one off. I would give it maybe 1/2 centimetre.
Yeah.
Trim the next one off. Maybe another 1/2 centimetre. You can play about with the distances and play about with the length. Some people don't like them going past your knuckle, and so you bend your finger and it's still sticking out.
Yes.
Some people don't mind. I just find it so lovely and comfy.
Me too.
Don't think that's coming off there, is it?
Possibly not.
Put a loop on there
Yeah.
and a loop on there, and then I stitched in an apatite to each of those holes, and there would
There
be
is your piece.
your ring.
Oh, it's so stunning. I just love that piece so much. You can tell
Yours looks better than mine.
because it is attached to my fingernail. It's so comfortable.
I know.
Really is beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you for showing us that as well, beautiful lady. It's absolutely lovely. It's a
Fine.
wonderful piece. And we have got this piece
yeah?
as well.
Have we got-
We've got probably about 2
Okay, come on.
minutes.
I can
Have you got
talk you through
time?
it. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. We'll not demo. Do you want to chuck it over?
Oh,
I'll just
yes, I
talk
will.
you. Chuck it
Yeah.
over, Chuck. Right. Thank you. This has got 2 pieces of wire. I will show you a little bit.
1.5.
No, it's point. We had 0.8 in here, didn't we?
Yes.
It was 0.8. So I started off, and I wanted to show you. This is just the. You know, we did the figure of 8.
Yes.
In, wrap once round, back through the middle, wrap once round. That's all this technique for both sides is, exactly the same technique, except for as you're coming round the outside of the curve, you put more wraps in than the inside.
Yes.
And then it sort of starts going like the spokes of your wheel.
I
So
see.
you're going to have more of a gap. Okay? So you start with, you get a rough shape, and I was just playing with the shape. And I went, oh yeah, okay, well I've got as wide as I want to go, so I'll start bringing it down. And then I thought, oh, okay, now I'll do some on the other side with the green. And literally that's all I was doing, was playing with the shape. So I started that way, then I came in and wire wrapped that bit. This is using the 0.25, by the way, and how delicate does it look? And then I started coming round this way with the beads. And then all I've done is taken all 4 ends to the bottom, used one to wrap around it, and then just put 3 little loops on the end.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
But
And
it
then-
looks so high end.
Yeah. How easy? Well, it is. It's pearls.
Well, it is an emerald.
Emeralds.
I
And how
absolutely
lovely.
adore it. Thank you so much for
That's
showing
okay.
us all of those, Alison. They
You're
are
welcome.
just wonderful. I just adore them all as a collection. I think it's stunning. As always, you're such a great teacher, Alison.
Oh, thank you.
How's your challenge going?
All right. You
What
want
is
to see
it?
Oh,
I don't even know what
right.
it is.
Hang on there.
Mookaite! No way, have you... Did we sell out of it? There's a couple left. Oh,
The
no.
Mookaite. Oh, can I give you that back?
Yes, you're absolutely can.
Back. The Mookaite, the stones are divine. I've pulled that
Oh,
one out.
you've already done a
Yeah,
piece.
I've done a piece.
And another piece.
And another piece. And look at that stone. Is that special?
They're stunning. I love it.
I said that's like dendritic opal.
It is.
It's beautiful.
In fact, I've got some dendritic opal coming up on the Late Show. Now,
Yeah.
I have, yeah. Now, thank you so much
You're
for showing
welcome.
us those. Loads of messages for you. We'll let you see some of them later on. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We are going to come back over to Alison to have a look at her challenge very, very shortly. After the break, though, we are taking a look at Fashion Forward. We're going to be pairing your gemstones with the colours of this year in our Pantone collection. I'll see you after this.
The Jewellery Maker Wall of Fame is where you get to showcase your skills as a jewellery designer. Each week, one lucky entrant will win £100 credited to their account and the runner-up receives £50. If you want to enter your design, just send a photo to studio@jewellerymaker.com, or you can post your photos to Wall of Fame, The Genuine Gemstone Company, Unit 2D, Eagle Road, Moons Moat, Redditch, B98 9HF. Get making and good luck.
Did you know you can purchase incredible jewellery featuring genuine gemstones on our sister channel Gems? Come along and see what treasures you can find.
Okay, today I've been on the wire macrame workshop with Mark Smith. Been an absolutely brilliant day. Found loads of new techniques that I haven't done before with wire and macrame, and we've made quite a few different items of jewellery to take away. It's been a real good experience. Great teacher, very patient with us, and we've been having a good laugh. I've done a bit of normal macrame with your satin cords and that, but with the wire it's a totally new aspect for me, and I've found it absolutely amazing.
You can now keep in touch by liking Jewellery Maker UK on Facebook. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Have you ever wanted to start your own jewellery parties? This is the perfect course for you. Angela Edwards, our experienced Jewellery Maker small business trainer, is here to teach you how to plan, organise and sell through jewellery parties. She will talk you through the basics on how and where to advertise on various types of platforms, how to bring ideas to the table, and how to keep your diary full with events. For more information, please contact our call centre on 0800 644 655.
You can now keep in touch by following Jewellery Maker on Twitter. Get interactive with Jewellery Maker.
Do you need a helping hand to get started with Jewellery Maker? Are you stuck for ideas and need inspiration? Then visit our Jewellery Maker website, where you can find our video tutorials. Expand your knowledge and skills with these easy-to-follow jewellery making demonstrations. Whether you're a beginner, hobbyist, or business owner, there's always something new to learn. It couldn't be easier. Simply click and learn some new jewellery making techniques.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Designer Inspiration. My name is Rebecca Redican. Happy New Year to every single one of you. Brother Pete, what did you get up to last night, please?
I had a drink with my parents.
You had a drink with your parents? Yeah. That's nice.
I was doing the late show.
You were doing the late show, of course you were, and then you were back in today. Oh, bless you. Ryan, what did you do, please?
Yeah, just the same thing. I had a drink with the parents and played some games.
Played some games? What kind of games were we talking about?
Pictionary.
Pictionary. Love that game.
Yeah.
I imagine you'd be really good at that because you're an amazing drawer.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, and so modest.
My dad's just like, no.
Is he one of those people who just keeps drawing a circle and pointing? Come on! Oh, I love that. I went out for my curry. I stuffed my face. It was amazing. We had like a bit of a die-hard moment time and time again, because basically the waiter brought us around this huge bag of like party poppers. There was only 2 kids, so all the adults sort of dived on the party poppers, and it was this really strange moment of kind of slow motion diving on your wine glass to just stop all this glitter going in. It was, no! It was really, really mad. But it went on for a good like 10 minutes. By the end, everyone just was fed up and was just drinking glitter, basically. So we had a lovely, lovely evening, and I hope everyone did at home as well. It is a brand new year, and a brand new year means brand new starts, not only you know, with yourselves, but also with the fashion world. For this next hour or so, we are going to be looking at Pantone. Now, Pantone is essentially a company which creates colour systems. It creates kind of virtual colour palettes, essentially, of pieces that not only work together but also that will be taken by fashion designers, homeware designers, housing designers, etc., and will be taken and carried through their systems throughout the year. So if you think about it, think about things you see on the high streets. Think about when you walk into a high street and you see, for example, a whole section that might be a bright yellow section, a bright orange section. You'll see that no matter what shops you go into, those same colours will be going through, and that's because it's the fashion, it's the craze of the time, and a lot of the time that is set by Pantone. So that's what we're going to be looking at now, because it is a brand new year and we have brand new Pantone colours. I know a lot of you will, from last year, have fallen in love with that gorgeous radiant orchid colour. This year's colour is Masala, and it is a beautiful, rich, deep burgundy colour. It's stunning. Can I have a look at the Pantone one that I sent you? Pantone 2015, please. No, just 2015, does it say? Pop it up, I'll have a little nose. Yes, perfect. So this one is your Pantone colours that we can see. You see the one that's kind of in the middle there? That is your Masala. It says perfect for the wine lovers this year, because it's inspired, the colour itself, by a fortified wine, actually, because Pantone, what they do to create this creative palette, they take vital tools and colour systems and get their inspiration from all over. You can see there as well that you've got this beautiful, beautiful array of colours in here. Those are the colours to represent the fashion forward thinking of spring 2015. So these are the colours that we are going to be seeing creeping into our wardrobes, creeping into our local stores, creeping into our living rooms through cushions and, you know, decoration of the time. So these are the colours that we're going to be looking at now. It's important for you lot at home, especially if you're going to be selling your pieces, because when we start to see on the high street these beautiful colours come in naturally, and a lot of the time without us really thinking about it, these colours and these trends will seep into us, and we naturally will start looking for those things. So if you want to sell your pieces and you want to be sure that you are up to date, you're modern, you're hitting a wide audience, then this is going to be a great place for you to start. Let's start off with a colour that's actually named after the gemstone. It is your Aquamarine that we are starting with. So, have we got the colours of all the colours? Can we pop them behind me, maybe? Have we got the colours of all the colours? You know what I mean, you know what I mean. Aquamarine is actually in the Pantone, it's outlined as one of the colours for this season. You can see it just popping in there behind me. This is your Aquamarine colour palette for 2015. Aquamarine in Aquamarine. It couldn't be much better, really, could it? So you can see that behind me, the Aquamarine here it's this season's coolest of the colours it's described as there. And this is the colour that you will be see creeping in time and time again. It's beautiful when we've got it in this variety as well, because you can't get much better than the colour itself, can you? It's stunning, it's vibrant, but it is still quite cooling too. Aquamarine is a really beautiful gemstone. When we get it in the rough, it looks a little bit different than you might expect. You can see these spines coming through, bursting through. And you can imagine these kind of growing almost in these shards, I suppose. You've got a gorgeous selection here, 100 carats worth. And what do you think of this strand, please? Lovely, Alison, Tarry?
Sorry. Oh, that's beautiful.
Stunning, isn't it?
That's such a delicate blue,
Yeah.
but sparkly from over here. That's beautiful. They're like, you know, when you've got a glacier, but then you get those clear bits of ice in it, but you get all that blue tone. That's what that reminds me of.
Stunning, isn't it?
Absolutely
It's gorgeous.
gorgeous.
Aquamarine, of course, one of the gemstones of this year, actually, for Tiffany as well, in their blue book. It is the gorgeous Aquamarine, fashion forward. Your price point today? £14.95. Of course it is. It's Aquamarine. It's a rarity that we get it in. But this is a new year. This is a new start. You've got me until 9 o'clock tonight. Let's keep the bargains coming, shall we? Your price point today is actually only £10.95 for you. That's astonishing, isn't it? And if you think this is a Tiffany gemstone, this is a gemstone that Tiffany have placed in their blue book. Again, very much like Pantone, Tiffany create a book each year that outlines the crazes, the fashion of the coming year. And this has been present in the most recent Tiffany blue book time and time and time again. It's your gorgeous, gorgeous aquamarine. It is fashion forward and it is unique in its appearance. So what would you do with it, Alison? Beautiful Tarry.
I'll blow my nose after then. Oh. Just catching me in the middle of it. Sorry, what would I do with that?
Do you need to blow your nose first?
Yes, please. Could you like to carry on
should we cut the mic out then?
Thank you. Sorry.
Okay.
That wasn't the nice thing to say.
Everyone watch it, make it feel really awkward. It is beautiful. My director's just gone, I can hear her, please talk. Please talk. Yeah, it's gorgeous brilliance in there, isn't it? Beautiful brilliance. Oh, the amount of people that will get this home and say, oh, when I first saw that strand, Alison Tarry, all right. Are you all right there, love?
Yeah, that's better.
Bat's gone.
Sorry.
Yes. Hello, lovely. So let's pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Alison, lovely Tarry. What would you do with this strand?
I think it's lovely. I actually quite like mixing the more rough cuts. I know it's not a random cut, shall we say? Random cut. With something really, really round, or you know, really formatted, if you see what I mean. So you've got the sort of randomness together. But I'd certainly make one into a ring.
Yeah.
I could see ring, I could see earring, because they're so sparkly on an earring, but left so that it could twirl, have it quite free moving.
To let that light.
Yeah.
Oh.
But again, because it's so sparkly, I could see doing a bib necklace. Again, because it would move as you moved, and having the stone so that they've got that movement, maybe with a pearl choker with some of those dangling down. What's the name? Pearls from before, the top drilled pearls.
Top drilled whites, yeah.
And then having some of those, two in the middle, then one each side, dropping down.
I think that's such
Lovely.
a beautiful idea. I
Nice.
love that idea. Lots of you are taking the opportunity to get your hands on this with so much money off. It's only £10.95. Bargain,
I
isn't
didn't
it?
see the price.
Bless you. Where are we going to next, sorry? So, there is a colour in the Pantone selection which is called Classic Blue this year. It's a colour that you're going to see popping up time and time and time again. It's the fourth one in that you can see there, the classic blue colouring. It's absolutely beautiful tone, and this matches exquisitely. It is possibly the most high end of the deepest, richest big four blues that you can get. Totally natural blue sapphire.
Natural?
Totally natural.
Wow.
There is no heat on this whatsoever. The fact of the matter is we will sometimes heat and irradiate and fill sapphire because it means that you get a nice kind of colour palette all the way through. You get a good saturation that's complete all the way through. These have actually not had any treatments, which means they've been hand-picked individually to just work exceptionally well together. You haven't got a really light blue one here then paired up with a really dark blue. This is that gorgeous archetypal go-to colour palette that we're looking for, and it is your stunning blue sapphire. 30 carats worth we've got of this beautiful, totally natural African sapphire. Your price point today, that is absolutely absolutely astonishing, isn't it? When you think about getting your hands on real deal sapphire on the market in a ring, you'll be lucky to be getting a carat's worth, won't you? You will be so excited just to get a carat's worth of sapphire in a ring. I'm not entirely sure of the size of Kate Middleton's. I can't remember the carat weight on that, but it's not going to be a lot, is it? 3 possibly maximum, and that would be seriously maximum. 30 carats worth here. I've actually now, because I've got so many people who've got it, and there's someone in the basket. Julie from Cheshire, lovely lady, if you want it, please do check out. Just because now, because of the amount I've got here, I've actually only got 3 of them left. So please do check out your basket, Julie, if you want them, and do get yourself on the phone if you want it too. Totally real deal, natural sapphire, gorgeous, plain rondelles, and it's your $49.95 fee. I've got to move on because I've got lots of colours and lots of beautiful palettes to get through. Do check out those baskets. I've brought for you now, the colour of this one is called Glacier Grey. This is a really grown-up colour, and it's actually quite an unusual one from our palettes. We're used to seeing colours like your Radiant Orchid and your bright light ones, but actually we've gone really mature with this colour palette for this year, which probably means it's going to be extremely popular. This is sophisticated glamour with the added bonus of sensual, beautiful shiller. Look at that. The quality of this grey moonstone is phenomenal, isn't it? This is totally natural. Please don't forget, it's got a touch of the titanium colouring as well, which is also a big one for the palette of this season too. So actually it's lovely. This is kind of crossing over 2 of the colours that we're going to be seeing time and time again. Grey moonstone, it's a rarity that we have it. We have quite a lot of white moonstone, and now and again we'll have peach, but grey we tend not to get by itself. We'll get it in the multicoloured, but not often by themselves. I love that you've got it in such large pieces here, because that means the gemstone itself is given more of an opportunity to show off that seductive shiller that just sparkles underneath the surface of these. And seriously, the quality, you can see it. Look how phenomenal it is. Every single one of these displaying beautiful, beautiful refraction of the light. You've got 45 carats worth. Your price point today.
Sorry.
I did not expect that. Did you? Well, obviously not. Either that or you brought a sort of hyena in, like chuckling in the corner.
Wow, that's an amazing price.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm absolutely astonished.
I tell you what, if you've got those sapphires,
yes,
that would go beautifully with those sapphires. It's just like, do you know, it reminds me of grey satin, silvery grey satin.
Yes.
It's just that smooth. And you're right, grown up. It is a grown up colour.
Yes, it is.
It's beautiful.
It's very grown up. I actually quite like that. For me, this could be a little bit steampunky, actually.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Couldn't it?
Put it with some antique bronze.
Yeah.
And you can really steampunk it.
Because it's got that kind of
Victorian-y.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. Exactly. $7.95.
Beautiful.
Obviously, no one else expected that price point either at all. There is a graduation on this. It's important to point out, from 11 to 8 mil to 17 by 10 mil on these ones as well. The quality is astonishing. It's absolutely phenomenal. You can see that yourselves. Do get this home to appreciate it. Quantity-wise, hello, Sammy, lovely lady. Hello to Jane as well. Davina, Rita. Oh, I watched a documentary about Rita the other day from Coronation Street. Rita and Me, it was called. Honestly, when Mavis, it was a documentary, yeah, 50 years Rita's been in the show. When Mavis came on, I don't know why I'm admitting this, but I did start to cry slightly. I did? It was so emotional. Anyway, hi Rita. Pam, Val's in and Pam's coming in for this too. Check out those baskets, everyone. $7.95. The colour on this, for our colour palette of this year, I love the name of it. It's possibly one of my favourite names of this year's colours. Toasted Almond. Ooh. And this is a sensational colour that I know I'm going to be adding to my wardrobe and jewellery box. Take a look. That is that gorgeous almond colour. It's called peach in the description, of course, but because they don't have toasted almond moonstone, but it is actually the colour palette of that toasted almond perfectly, isn't it? It is that sensational colouring that we've got just spanning through to this one.
Perfect with the grey.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? The almond one as well, if I can point it out to you, it's this one right here. Is it this one? It is that one. And it's just perfect. Absolutely perfect colour palette for this. It really is beautiful. Again, quite grown up actually, and it'll pair beautifully with that moonstone we had earlier. These are your 12mm. Not many of these because you love them. They're stunning. Your price point today, 400 carats worth. Should. Okay. £5 back in your pocket right now if you get on the phone. 0800 644 655. It's not $15.95. Your price point today is actually $10.95 for you. £5 back in your pocket. New year,
Ka-ching.
new start, £5 back. What do you think?
Ka-ching.
Ka-ching.
That's fabulous. And in the rounds, that's so versatile.
Isn't it?
That is so versatile. I'd definitely have both those strands.
Because they just work beautifully together.
They work beautifully together, but they'll also work apart.
Yes.
That you could just ladder weave that and end up with such stunning jewellery for something that's such a basic technique.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing jewellery. And you're back to your steampunky. It's those mellowy colours.
You're right, it is.
Those, you know, they're not bright, bold in your face. They're that little bit more chilled. Gorgeous, I love
But
it.
it's absolutely stunning. So many of you coming in for this right now. $10.95. I am going to move on because I've got loads of colours to get through. But we do stay where you are because I have still got stock available on this. Just stay on the phone. When you get to the front of the queue, we'll process your call as quickly as we possibly can. We're going to step it up now. We're going to step it up in colour and we're going to... Custard. I didn't come up with the name. This is your custard colour that we have here, and it's this one over here. This is your custard colour that we've got. And what I love about that is when you think custard, you're probably thinking gloopy, lots of internal fractures. You're thinking probably it's going to be silk-like. No, we have got your stunning citrine whereby you've got that gentle tone but you've still got that clarity. This is a superb strand. Faceted rondelles, 40 carats worth of your citrine. What would you do with this strand, please, Miss Tarry?
I'd channel set you know, like a christening bracelet.
Yes.
That'd be nice. I'd certainly use it in some rings. I'd use it sparingly. I would, because I'd want that to go a long way. That's a bit of sunshine, that.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
it is, isn't
love
it? It's nice to be able to add a little brightness. It's quite interesting because the spring colours for fashion and homeware this year are a little bit more grown up, a little bit more muted than usual. But it's nice, therefore, to add ones like this to your collection because they're going to amp up those other colours you've got. There's so many of you putting this in your basket. I want everyone else to know why. It's because of the price. It's $6.95.
What?
That's why. Helena,
what are you doing?
$6.95 for your taste. She's starting off the year as she means to go on.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Woohoo! There's so many of you coming in. Lots of you have just rushed to the phones, I'm being told. There isn't a queue at this moment in time, but there may well be if you don't get on the phone soon, because essentially what happens is the quicker you get in, your call will be answered because you're put in a very strict rotation order. So do get in quickly. 0800 644 655. This is your gorgeous Brazilian citrine. Beautiful, bright. We're going to add something that goes really nicely with this now, actually. It's another one. Price point me, please. That is absolutely ridiculous in a really good way.
Uh-oh.
Oh, my days. Okay. Oh my days. Okay, this just goes gorgeously with that one. It is one of the most beautiful strands of Imperial Topaz I've seen.
Oh, that's just so stones, Imperial Topaz.
Me too. This is to match with this season's colour called Tangerine.
Yeah.
Did you get that slide I sent you, Ben, regarding the Imperial Topaz? I did, yeah. Yeah, that one. This is one of the most important gemstones to us here at the Genuine Gemstone Company. Can I just say to you, lovely, lovely ladies and gentlemen, can you please trust me on this? If you're happy with the price point that you've got on screen, I will honestly say to you that at that price point you're getting a bargain. And I'm just going to say nudge, nudge, wink, wink, okay? That's a heads up. Because the price of this is astonishing for this quality. This is a gemstone that's very important to us here, and actually I've got a little piece written about this stunning gemstone. That is a picture of Matt Bennett that we have at the top there. That's Steve Bennett's son. He's one of our managers here. I just love how he explains this gemstone, how he talks about the fact that it is one of the rarest gemstones on the planet, and the fact that it's very difficult to get, not only to get to the area, but also to be able to mine in the area, because if you look at the bottom picture, you can see that huge lake there. That's actually the mine. That water has to be drained out to be able to get into the mine. It's around 40 meters deep. They spend so much money trying to pump out all of that water, and it can take them months and months and months to do so. And even when it is an open pit, they can only have a handful of people working in there at a time, around 3 digging at any time. It shows the difficulty of sourcing this gemstone. Imperial Topaz is unique in its colour. It's totally natural, and for those who love watching an evening sunset, there is nothing quite competes with the colour of Imperial Topaz, and that's one of the reasons you love it so much, because you know this is a rarity, you know this is a connoisseur's choice, and you know that you're getting your hands on something truly, truly special. Your price point today, I can honestly say from the bottom of my heart, for the quality of this, £39.95 is absolutely astonishing. The clarity on this is bewildering. It's absolutely beguiling in its colour and its sparkle and its interest. And the fact of the matter is, £39.95 is astonishing. But this is one of my favourite gemstones. It's one of Alison's favourite gemstones. We are taking some money off.
Come and have a look.
Come and have a look, please do.
Come on, please, miss. Oh my goodness.
Would you say that's £39.95 worth?
No, I'd say that's £50 worth or more. It's £55 worth.
Would you say that it's actually £29.95?
Oh no!
No. What do you think of that?
I think I need to just pop outside.
Isn't that
I'm
gorgeous?
feeling a bit unwell. I just might need to leave the studio.
Oh yeah, like that, like with that chrome dioxide the other day.
I'm not talking about that. That is absolutely stunning.
That is amazing, isn't it? Truly, truly is. There's so many of you in for this. Do check out your baskets as per usual. We've had a busy few days. The Crimbo Limbo is officially over now, isn't it? But we are continuing in the busyness, because not all of you are back at work, back at school, back at college, etc. yet. So it is still very, very busy. Lots of you coming in for this. Why? It's gorgeous, it's stunning, it's rarely seen, and we've just given you £10 back in your pocket. £29.95 for you now. The next colour that we're looking at for our creative palette, which is what this is, which is what we're looking at, is referred to as sandstone. The gemstone we've picked is actually called Sunstone. 85 carats worth here, and it's beautiful. Just keep your eye on this colour, and then let me show to you the sandstone colour in this year's look. It's this one just here. It's the perfect match, realistically. When I'm holding these up to each other, you couldn't get much better than this. That's great, because when you get such a beautiful match, you know that you're going to get something really, really fashionable. You know that you're going to get something really grown up. And actually, the lovely thing when you think about it, about working from a structure that's renowned like this for your pieces, is you know that they're going to go well together. So if I show you this one, and then I pick out this other colour that we had from earlier, and I also pick out that gorgeous titanium colour from before, they all complement each other, and that's why Pantone is so great, and it's such a great thing to look at now because it works together well. And even if you did or decided to go for the kind of brighter, poppier colours, again, looking at these two that we've got with that tangerine and that custard, it's all a colour palette that's been worked out for you. So it's a great, great, great way to get your collection really, really up to date. You have got your graduated plain rondelles. People are already coming in for this. Stunning quality. You can see that glitter-like effect of it here. Your price point today should be... Wait, sorry. Sometimes when you say things, I just go nah and say them out. So I just said should be, and I didn't know we were price dropping this. Okay, it's £10 worth of your Sunstone, probably even more, but actually today, it's just £7.95. This is a great way of getting your pieces up to date, fashion forward for what people will be looking for, because whether or not you think you follow trends or fashion, a lot of the time you can naturally just, your wardrobe will end up with colours like this. By the end of sort of your summertime, you'll notice, look back on this and think, actually I've got that colour, that colour and that colour and that colour. I actually noticed it the other day when I was thinking about today's show, and I was thinking, when I think about it, I've got loads of Radiant Orchid, I've got loads of those beautiful delicate pinks that we had in for last year. And don't forget from me as well, although the collection we're looking at now is the spring 2015, when it comes to the Pantone colour palette, the colours tend to stick around. So because I have got more of those, I've just got to move on because I've got plenty more colours. I love this colour palette. This colour is for me one of my favourites. It's feminine, it's beautiful, and it's called Lavender Herb. Have a little look. It's perfect, isn't it? This is the one, this Lavender Herb, the colour is called. On our colour chart, it's the one right at the end over there, the one right at the end over there. You've got 120 carats worth here, and it is a beautiful match, isn't it, with that gorgeous lavender. It's never been seen by itself before, this strand. It has actually been seen in kits before. Because it's never been seen by itself, and because Helena's starting our designer inspiration year off with a bang, she's going to do a premiere price point. That means the price you've not seen before and a price you probably won't expect. You have got your gorgeous puffy hearts here. They are so, so beautiful. I like how they've got that gentle, delicate bow to them. I really do. I adore that. I love the fact that if we... Sorry, I'm slowing down here because my producer is banding numbers around in there. Your number, your price point from now on will be... Which is an unusual price, isn't it? But sometimes when we get brand new strands that have been in kits, it kind of averages it down to $10.45, which means it will probably be $9.95. But my producer's taking it down to a premiere price point, not that price, $7.95 for you today. Premiere price point is something we're now and again allowed to do, not that often, but now and again we can do it. And it just means that the first time you see it, that's the best time to buy. It means you don't have to wait for the sales. You don't have to wait for us to have had this in for ages and therefore the price to be dropped. It means first time to buy, best time to buy. $7.95. A lot of you are agreeing with this. Everyone's saying thank you, Helena, by popping this in there, checking out as quickly as they can. Helena says, you're absolutely welcome. That's my impression of you, Helena. It's rubbish. Was it spot on, was it? Oh, thank you, Ryan. Was it? Darling, it was superb, wasn't it, darling? That's exactly what Helena sounds like. She does. It's amazing.
But you see, to prove it, she'd have to come out, wouldn't she?
Exactly. So we have no proof because, as we all know, producer Helena, who works in the media business, hates being on TV. So no one will ever know. I could say you spoke like anything. £7.95. You could speak like that. Or maybe you could talk like that whistling one off of Winnie the Pooh. £7.75. Like that. Could be anything, couldn't it? These are your Lavender Amethyst. Helena's going to hate us. There, she's moving out of shot.
She's gone.
She's gone. She's just off like a shot. Loads of you in for this, $7.95 for you today, premier price point. This colour that I'm going to next is a really nice one. Treetop green it's called, and actually I think it's depicted beautifully in this. Imagine for me almost an enchanted forest now. These are going to be those enchanted treetop colours that we've got. Gorgeous, stunning green Marcasite. Ooh. Wow. I love it. Isn't that spectacular? Beautiful. That gorgeous treetop green. Yeah. What were you going to say, Alison?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's really pretty. What colours would you be pairing this with?
Oh, that peach moonstone, moonstone, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That'd go absolutely stunning with that.
Perfect size because they're both 12mm.
Yeah.
That's lovely.
Gorgeous.
You have got your 12mm plain rounds here. It's your green Marcasite. It's got that gorgeous iron-like appeal to it. Your price point today for this entire strand is just £7.95 for you today. That is such a massive amount that we have here. Let me have this touching at the back, because I like when it's quite big, bold and kind of beautiful. It's kind of got this really nice effect and appeal to it, hasn't it?
Oh,
you can actually see the kind of shimmer from where you are at home, can't you?
Certainly see it from over here.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Lots of you coming in for this. It's totally different, unique, unisex as well. If you were to make something for gents with this, what would you create, do you think?
Well, I mean, you could start off with something as easily as a macrame bracelet with some of the leather cord you have. Yeah, fantastic. Black leather cord. Oh, gorgeous. Stunning. Really dramatise it. Really bring the darkness out of it almost.
Yeah.
You could do loads. Just one on a cord.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just as a neck piece.
Just as a neck piece. Or a bracelet, you know, like a friendship bracelet almost, with a knot either side to keep it in the middle. Beautiful. But, you know, you could cufflinks with it.
Yeah. You could make a whole suite for a gent, actually, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
perfect for that. Perfect. Thank you for those, Alison. $7.95 for you today. Lots and lots and lots more to get through. The next one I'm going for is the main one. The main one of this year. When we have this colour palette by Pantone, they create colours per season, but then you have one colour that progresses through the entire year, and that colour is our Masala this year, and no other gemstone can really depict it any better than this one. Oh my gosh, your Mookaite. Number one location in the world to get your hands on this. It is just beautiful. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm just staring at it. Take a look for yourself. This is just stunning Mookaite. This is your Masala tones that we've got running through here. You've got it running through so many of these. That is pretty much perfect for the Masala colour. Don't forget, when we've got the Masala colour is pretty much the only colour that we have a blend of. Can you show that Pantone 2015 slide again, please? Have a little look. No problem, babe. Can you find, when we found it, have a look at the Masala, and the Masala is, because it's the main colour, it's the one that you almost get a melting of the colour. It goes from quite bold to quite gentle in colour. All the others will just kind of have their base tone, whereas the main one of the year, it gives you a beautiful fluidity to it, and that's what this strand shows off perfectly. Can you see the Masala there at the top? In the top one it says Masala. Can you see that you've got that richness of the middle, and then it kind of melts out? Those are still the Masala tones that we've got running through. It's a graduation of colour in one palette, if that makes sense, and that's what you've got throughout this strand. Mookaite is one of our biggest sellers here at Jewellery Maker. You genuinely do absolutely adore it, possibly because it's one locational, possibly because it's a gemstone which we do not get very often at all, possibly also for the fact that it's got a really gorgeous, gorgeous variety of these masala tones mixed with almost the custard tones, actually, that we've got in this palette as well. It is such a stunning gemstone. It's quite an interesting one, actually. It's been mined it's mined near it's Perth, near Perth. Well, not really near. It's about 600 miles north of Perth. So it's kind of that's kind of the easiest place, I suppose, for you to have Mookaite Creek, and that is an area whereby there's these beautiful running waters, and that's actually where the word Mooka comes from. It comes from the Aboriginal word meaning running water, and that's how these are formed, because essentially they're these microscopic organisms that used to exist in ancient longer exist in the same location anymore. And what happens is they settle in this sedimentary rock. So essentially it's just fossilized ancient organics that we have here, meaning every single one is unique. Every single one is different, but every single one actually is displaying some color in our Pantone color palette. So it couldn't be much better for a real fashion forward piece this year. Your price point for this one locational gemstone, it's just £9.95 for you today on this. That's all you're paying for this, and it is a beautiful shaping that we have. What would you be doing with these beautiful Mookaite flowers, Alison? Because I know you're a fan of Mookaite.
I adore Mookaite. What would I do with the little flowers? Well, again, you can set them into a ring. I think it was Michelle who fetched the head pins. She made a ring out of pushing the head pins, and the head pins met in the middle like like the stamen almost of the flower. Looked brilliant. You could wire wrap it. You could tiara twist it. You could keep it quite simple. You could put in each of the dimples of the flower, if you like, the bits that go in. Yeah. You could attach a little bead to it and wrap it round, so you get a little bead sitting in the gaps. You could just dangle a pair, just have a matching pair. I'd have to graduate the strand though.
Colour wise?
Yeah.
Like you are
like
now.
I am. Yeah, got to be done.
Now, don't forget, we did give Mookaite to beautiful Alison as her challenge, so this pairing will go perfectly if you've already got that. Just £9.95. It's one location and it's yours today, under £10. It's fab. 240 carats with 20mm flowers. Okay, next colour. We're gonna move on to the dusky blue colour. Now the dusky blue, you'll be able to see, it's this middle one, isn't it? It's this middle centre one that we have at the top there. I'll move my head so you can see it. So it's these ones that we have here, and this just works perfectly for it. Can I just point out to you that we've just gone from one locational gemstone and now we're going to another. The location of this gemstone is 16 times smaller than that of the mining area for Tanzanite. Tanzanite, we already know, is a small mining area. This one is 16 times smaller. It's just stunning, one locational Laramar. Wow. Oh my gosh, it's just gorgeous.
Helen has seen my wish list of gemstones today. All my favourites on today.
Why is Laramar one of your faves?
Again, I love gemstones that have an unusual property.
Yes.
And it does. It gives you a little bit of an unusualness to it, and I love it. I think it's gorgeous, and I love the colour tone of it.
Special, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really special.
Beautiful.
I love that these are the roughs as well. They've almost got a frosted appeal to them. They've not been given that high shine polish, so it really gives you a feeling of where these come from, where the area of this is created. It's a gemstone that actually we're very, very lucky we were allowed to have, because the first time it was requested for this to be mined, it got turned down. They got told, no, you can't mine for this gemstone. Sorry, it's Dominican Republic. It's this beautiful area. It's in this stunning area. It's kind of up in this very hilly, kind of mountainous almost area, and we don't want you to mine it here. It's a beautiful location. We just don't want you to. It wasn't until many, many, many years later when they asked again and they got the okay, and it really is kind of persistency paid off, and that's the only reason we get our hands on this now. You can actually go to those mines, but if you do, let's just say that for 75 carats worth of Laramar, you will be paying triple figures easily, but not today. this is Jewellery Maker. Your price point today is £6.95. That has to be one of our lowest prices for a one locational gemstone, doesn't it? When you're thinking one locational gemstones, you're probably thinking of things like your Russian chrome dioxide, aren't you? So you're going to be expecting, well, depending on the quality, but you're going to be expecting what, $8,995 for that? What about for your tanzanite? Well, you're going to be expecting at the moment the kind of $120.95 price point on average, aren't you? $695, one locational, stunning Laramar in the same palette, I suppose, as the tanzanite, actually. £6.95 for you on this today. It's just a price point. You in for this as always. Double buyers on it too. Do check out. I've got to move on again just to let you know. I'm only moving on though so that we can get through as many of these colours for you. This is a really beautiful colour. It's kind of, it sounds like it's going to be really bold, but actually on the palette for this year it's not. It's called Strawberry Ice, and with that name in your mind, I don't think we could have been any better than this strand. It's almost in the strawberry shapes. This is your rose quartz. I love it. How unusual is it to have this much clarity on your rose quartz? Normally with your rose quartz you're going to be used to seeing these kind of silk-like internal structure. Opaque. Lots and lots beautiful, opaque, gorgeous rose quartz. But the fact of the matter is that actually here you've got that clarity to it as well. ALRU02, you've got 80 carats worth. It's your Strawberry Ice colour palette. It's a beautiful, high shine, brilliant rose quartz. Your price point today is just £6.95 for rose quartz with this clarity to it. And can you do me a favour? I know you've just sat down again. Can you pop over here, because I just want to show you the glow on this strand, because it's really hard to get across on screen. Can you see this section here? It's almost opalescent glow.
Absolutely. Wow.
Isn't that amazing?
That's incredible.
That's quality. That goes to show you the quality. And it's £6.95.
I think she's losing her one digit.
Helena, have you lost a one at the end of this? Alison wants to know.
You know, a few that I'm thinking, well, at least a one in front of it.
That's what you'd expect, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's what you'd expect. £6.95, not surprised there's multi-buyers on this. £6.95 for you on this today. ALRU02, that's your code, 80 carats worth. It's just absolutely beautiful. And that is your last strand in our Pantone colour. Are you all right? Are you ready for us to? Yeah. Alison just panicked. She saw the camera move and just went, uh-oh. Madly wire weaving. This is £6.95. That's the last colour for this wonderful colour system. Congratulations for anyone who bought these, because you know that you've got something really high-end that's going to continue your pieces and your selling through to 2015. And actually now again we're going back to the main colour of 2015, which is our Masala, and it's depicted beautifully by the challenge strand we gave to the lovely Alison. These are your ovals. They were 30 by 15 mil, and look, this for me is such a high-end 2015 piece, because it's stunning cocktail ring and it's that archetypal Masala colour that we're looking for. That's the type of thing that you'd see in high-end stores, isn't it? Especially because of the colour palette, because it's so high fashion, it's such a high trend, and it's such an unusual colour. These are the shapes of the gems that you were getting. It is your ovals, 30 by 15 mil we had on these, and it is so wearable and eye-catching. How did we make this ring, please?
Oh, that's very easy. Wrap it round a mandrel a few times, thread the wire through, which you can see on the sides, and pull it up, and then I've actually taken it along and threaded one of the beads on top.
Oh, okay.
Folded the bead over and then wrapped around it a couple of times, and then wrapped the other end around it a couple of times, and then just made a little loop, a little coil on the end to cover the wire going through the hole.
That's beautiful, so it's almost hidden, isn't it?
Yeah.
I love that you've picked one
Simple.
out to do this really effective necklace.
Well, we had the baler pliers. I don't know whether you have
Yes.
if they're all sold out, but
So, yeah.
But using the baler pliers, a bail like that, so simple and easy to do. Fabulous, absolutely fabulous.
Stunning. And lastly, but by no means leastly, look how fast you created this. When the camera came over, it was the last minute weave on this piece. That is beautiful.
Like that.
I just adore you've got the movement there as well, so you can pick which side you want, can't you?
Because they are different. They are different.
love it.
And I've got my favourite piece that I haven't done anything with yet.
Oh, don't worry, you've saved it, have you? Alison, when are you next on with us, please?
Ooh, not till a week on Saturday.
Okay, lovely.
Yeah, you get a break.
Oh, no, we don't want that, but that's nice for us. Now, thank you so much for today.
right.
You're so wonderful. Just to let you know, lovely ladies and gents, I'm sticking with you for the late show. I have got 25 products in 1 hour, and I've got some tanzanite and much, much more. See you very, very soon.
Pearls are classic. I mean, who doesn't love pearls? You look at them, they look elegant, they look classy, and they make elegant, classy jewellery when you're creating with them. I think right from the whitest of white pearl to the peach pearl, they're always stunning, and anybody can wear them. They're one of my favourites. You see them, don't you, in expensive jewellers, covered in diamonds. Diamond and pearls are the classic duo, and that's why I love pearls.
Pearls are always a huge seller on JewelleryMaker, and I think it's because there's a huge amount of emotional attachment to them. I think whatever walk of life you come from, whatever your age, you always associate pearls with maybe someone who's worn pearls before you, maybe your grandma.